Right. It was the only place in the entire world at that time that every superstar that was affiliated was there almost every day.
One question. You have a son, right? You have a child, right?
I have a daughter, yes.
You have a daughter. And is it what you want your daughter to be in Def Jam at 16, 17 years old?
No, I wasn't 17.
Hold on.
I actually was 23.
Hold on, Bigga. Because I used to walk around them halls and I get to rap to all the famous
Again, I'm
niggas.
only going by what I've heard in this room.
Yeah,
but that was just
but you're
one
not
act,
listening
but
to
that
what
was-
I'm saying. I'm saying I got to walk those halls and see people that I idolized and be able to interact with them. You know what I'm saying?
Was
like
shag. That's what I'm saying.
Let me tell you something.
No, we were smoking weed.
Okay, go ahead. What they describe as Def Jam is the same thing as high school.
The teachers are letting you do drugs in high school?
Well, maybe not.
Oh, no one smokes weed. Don't do that.
We're not going there,
Don't
man.
do that.
We're not going there.
Okay.
Yo.
Shout
Shout to Rock Diggs.
Yeah, no question. Shout
Shout
out
to
to
Rock Diggs, man.
Bigga, listen to this, right? I'm great to say that. DMX is coming in with his dogs. It was a home.
Yeah.
Every artist, it wasn't like you go to Epic or you go to Sony.
It was corporate.
It's corporate.
Oh, it's so whitewashed. MECC will tell you.
Us, it was
money.
Streets.
You wouldn't mind your daughter being there if your daughter was Jazz Young. There were
Got
other
you.
kinds of women in those hallways. And
They didn't get that, but I mean, we didn't disrespect the women.
No. Let me
wasn't
just.
no disrespect.
I'm putting this out
We
there.
just
I'm putting this
rapping,
out
we
there
just
for
having
him.
fun,
Like
man.
Jazz Young
Come
was
on,
also a woman who was in those Def Jam days, highly
respect. L'Oreal Coppage was there.
L'Oreal was it?
L'Oreal was there.
The only reason why I'm naming Jazz because we already brought up, but there were tons
of women.
And
that
then
was
his
there.
daughter turned into Jazz
Nicole,
Young.
You name it.
It's Hoffa, trapper turned smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard. Told Jim I need a bomb I could drop on you niggas. Bad boy, I'm never gonna stop for you niggas. I don't give a fuck who you got as the illest. I solidify my spot with gorillas. Now I'm rock with you niggas.
As you working with LL, he does a video for a song off the Any Given Sunday soundtrack.
Shut him down.
Right. So I show up to this video. Black bandana, black hoodie, all black. And I get in this cypher. Now there's mad people in the cypher. Ammo unlimited though. So after a while, it was just me and a dude named Tiki Dama.
Tiki Diamonds.
Before he was Diamonds, he was Dama, right?
A word?
Yeah.
You telling me something I ain't know.
Yeah, he was Tiki Dama when I met him.
Okay, gay.
Right?
Classy cat.
So me and him just going back and forth now. Everybody else done tapped out. I get a tap on my shoulder. I turn around. It's the lightest dark-skinned nigga ever. Tap me on my shoulder. I'm like, yo, hold on, because I'm focused. Tiki's like, yo, you need to go talk to him. It's Bimmy Antney. He the head of A&R at Def Jam right now. I said, oh shit, say word. I go talk to you, we chop it up, take your number, hit you up. You said, come to Def Jam right now. I left from Utica Avenue, took the 4 train up to wherever, switched over.
I was on that nigga trying to pick me up. Go ahead.
Right. Switched over, I came to 50th and 8th. Came upstairs, played the demo for you. You gave me one of the best compliments in the world. You was like, yo, this nigga remind me of Biggie, but he more lyrical. I'm sitting there like, oh, shit, good looking. He was like, yo, I'm gonna try to get you a deal. So I would come up there, me and Too Much. We'd be rhyming in your office. Every now and then, Lady Luck would pop her head in. We had like a little
Shout out,
cipher.
Luck, that's my girl.
Right. But I was roasting everybody. So one day, this kid, this cocky kid, calls you up like, yo, I know you working on the Go album. Let me get a 16 on that. He was like, I don't know. I said, come on, I ain't gonna kill him too crazy. You let me have it. He was like, you talking about a legend. You ain't did shit yet. You ain't did nothing. You talking about what? It's LL Cool J we talking about. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, damn. Yo, I called back a couple times, never got another answer. I was like, yo, it's over. It's over. It's over. That was it.
Nigga, wow.
That was it.
You remember that call, Bim?
Yeah. Yo, I told you 2 days, me and Mav talked, and I
Right.
thought about Mav.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had Tiki already, and I said, I'm gonna have Mav. But he was just too cocky.
Yeah.
He was
Right.
just too, that New York shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yo, nigga, where you going?
Oh, you're the jack.
He just got home 3 months ago. You gotta cut him some slack,
Yeah,
man.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
We
saying?
gotta cut, because niggas don't even get to leave out, but Mav looked at him, he just got home 3 months ago. Cut the nigga
Right.
some slack.
Usually I'll
yo.
be like, lock the door.
Yeah.
Checking on him.
But nah, you know,
Yeah.
as a young boy, I felt like I needed that though. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't have that much respect for the people that came before
For
me.
you.
And now I'm sitting here giving respect
Yeah,
to everybody that came before
for
me.
you.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know, God have a way of humbling us. You know what I'm saying? And my guy B.O. always told me, we had a humble beginnings.
Right.
And he's gonna show you. He's gonna humble you. Like no matter how lyrical you was, and you was nice, I wouldn't have told you to come if you wasn't nice.
Right.
You wasn't that nigga. I wouldn't say, you ain't come to my office. But you was just your chest out. You know what I mean? You was like, nigga, fuck him. I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga. You know what I mean? What you supposed to be.
Right.
So how does it go left?
Yeah,
How does being cocky
All
a
right,
bad
because-
thing?
Because
me-
there was respect.
No,
Respect
I want to hear
was
from
missing.
A&R's perspective. Why that's the thing that now he says I'm not taking it.
because I
Come
thought
on,
cocky was good,
Nah.
especially back then.
No. Listen, I gotta touch your sneaker. Cocky is good, but when you talking about a legend who put all that work in, you didn't prove nothing yet.
Wow.
You can't talk like that. And I'm from an old school. I'm cut from a different cloth. I pay homage to my older, cloth. Who taught me. So I'm like, with math, it's like, bro, just learn from him.
Do you see him being disrespectful as a sign that would make him difficult to work with?
Who?
Anybody
At
that's
that
that
time,
cocky?
yeah,
somebody
No.
that's
I never look at it as disrespect. I look at it as cocky. I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like these niggas. Yeah.
Why didn't you return the call?
He thought he was too. I'm
No,
sorry.
but why'd you give up? If you see,
It's
why
not a
not-
question. No, listen. I heard what you say. It's not a
Yeah.
question that I gave up.
Alright.
It's just that I'm working with big dogs.
Right.
He's a pup.
but he has the potentiality
He has
to
the
be
potential, but these niggas keep the lights on.
but
Okay.
the eventuality, those guys might not be able to keep the lights on, right?
Not true.
I mean,
At that time, who's keeping them lights on? That's who you fucking with.
got you.
Right.
I don't know if he can keep the lights on. Because they haven't been proven.
That right there is fair.
And he would have to take time to cultivate
Cultivate
him.
him.
And that's the other thing.
That's-
It's the other
that's
thing.
fair.
to cultivate.
But to add more fuel to the fire, LL I'm Bad was the first rap song that I learned, that I fell in love with.
Wow.
So I was way out of pocket.
You
Yeah.
were willing
You know what
to
I'm
take
saying?
that time to cultivate though when you told him to come to the office.
No, I was.
So
I
what
seen the-
changed?
No, I seen the potential.
Right, okay.
I seen the potential in him. I seen the, but he must have said something crazy to me. He did. He must have said something crazy to me that made me like, I ain't fuck with this nigga.
What
You
was
heard-
it? Was it because it was a Brooklyn nigga talking fly about a Queens nigga? Just making sure.
You the only one that be talking that. Did we just say that? Did we just say
That ain't take long in
Let me tell you something.
Stay reaching.
I'm telling you.
You act like Queens and Brooklyn ain't close. I consider Queens and Brooklyn
What you about
close.
to say, Bim?
I'm telling you, I'm an international nigga.
Oh!
I don't give a fuck about boroughs. I'm all over the world. He just was so like, when I see a guy like LL who I was around and watched his career from high school, when I told him to Gilchrist, let him perform I Need a Beat. I watched that shit. And I said, yo, L, why you didn't come back to school? You know what L told me? I made $5,000 that weekend, and I had it in the top drawer, and I just stare at it. I just look at it. Watch the hunger, watch the work. And then this young wolf came in, nigga, nigga, hold on, bro.
Hold on, facts.
Hold on.
Facts.
This nigga is a general. This nigga made Def Jam. LL Cool J made Def Jam.
Facts.
He made it. Anybody
documented.
dispute that? He made that. I would never denounce him from that, bro. Or I never, a person come at him any type of way. That nigga made Def Jam.
And somebody coming at him that kind of way was enough for you to not take that
Yeah,
person's call.
and I'm
anymore.
personal with him.
Right.
Like, I'm personal with him. So when I get a young lion, you gotta go in the habitat, nigga.
Go find your way.
Go find your way. Because this nigga here, he the king and he's the lion.
Man, let me tell you, I'm gonna share another Brooklyn dude, Lucky Dawn. I don't know if you know.
Lucky Dawn, yeah.
Lucky is nice.
Right.
So through my daughter, I said, you know something, we was working with Al, supposed to be to go to at the time.
Right.
So I said, yo, Bim, I'm gonna bring this young kid up from Brooklyn. He tried to bring the whole Saratoga with him.
No.
Bro,
Fall back.
I just said but Al's a good dude, so Al liked it, the kid. Boom, on the joint he did, he even insisted, because Al's a very competitive, he's a guru.
Right.
I didn't watch him, he's a guru. But, Lucky, Bim tells him, it's all Bim tells him, we in the studio doing. Bim said, yo, let me get your recording of the, so that I can, when we come in tomorrow, because Francois was working, the engineer, so we won't have to go through what I'm doing, giving up mine. So Bim said, so man, we ain't. So I said, so now Lucky goes outside, me and what's the kid name from the homie, I forgot his name, he got killed right here in Midtown. I says, yo, I bring you up here with my people, bro. Ain't nobody scavengers up here. Nobody gonna steal your music. Look who you around.
Right.
That respect of using the street on the strength of my daughter. I brought you here.
Right.
You've never been this close to where you nice. I'm not gonna take that from you. But you don't have a humbleness about you.
Right.
And that alone, that a lack of humbleness, people like
Yeah, it turned people off.
before you see yourself once you become successful, a monster in the making.
Right.
I hope
I'm not
y'all
gonna
are.
be responsible.
I hope y'all are listening, man.
Yeah.
Etiquette is serious. There's
think
a
he
way
could've
to
been.
do
Listen.
shit. There's a way to not do shit. That wrong move, that little puff in your, and some people, everybody ain't here for that. Some of these dudes will talk. Please understand that all of these dudes you talking to, the people you shit on, the people you call old heads, the people you call wash, these are the same people who are in charge. 40-plus-year-old niggas run the game. You're gonna have to let that whole mentality go. And you need to impress them. And their standards are high as fuck because they watched the building get built. You just showed up. You gotta chill. Talk nice. Or don't talk at all.
Facts.
Talk nice.
Facts.
But
Take it from me. Yeah. Take it from me.
Scared,
All right. With that said,
OG kid.
yeah, I've been relaxing.
He said you got to talk on his
yeah,
episode.
Of course,
Big
and I
Size.
want to talk.
Got you. Your side.
Some definite things that went by that I
your
want to
side.
discuss and chop it up with you. But I got to start with the first one that you probably know I'm gonna start with. And I'm asking in the way to learn. Can you explain to us the consulting of the mediums.
What you mean by the close of the medium?
You said
When you talk to the
mediums,
mediums.
how you spoke to your father.
father.
You used the medium, and then you spoke to him to understand. Yeah.
How I spoke to her?
Yeah.
Yeah, like speaking to the dead through
Alright.
mediums. That's very serious.
You pay attention. Like, this medium I talk to, she always say to me, she said, Bimmy, I really don't like doing this because my eyes get black. Like, she really goes in. Like, her eyes get black. And I see it. Eyes get black. And she'll look at me, like, even with my grandmother will tell her, hug him. And she'll look at me, but she don't hug me. My grandmother would tell her, hug him. She said, okay, I'm gonna hug him. And she'll hug me. You know what I mean? And then I asked her, my father would say to him, tell him that I love him. I didn't mean to leave. When she said it to me, I look at it and I'm like, and it touches me, it tears me up. I'm like, damn, I never met this man in my life. But I'm talking to him in the spirit. And most people don't believe in spirits. And you look at it, the truth of a spirit is, you watch dudes, I'm smoking this dude, I'm doing this, and they leave here within 3 months, they out of this world.
Yeah.
Shit happened to them. Because that spirit, and I asked the medium, I said, why they don't come back? Or why? And she'd tell me, they're more powerful there than here. So that's letting me know, when you talk about the dead and you disrespecting them, they listening. And they gonna get you one way or the other. They listening.
What I find powerful with that too is that it goes back to your father, so it tells me that it's a hole there, you know what I'm saying? And that is what is going on with all the black young men that is in society. And all of you guys need to listen to this because this is all very serious when we sitting here talking about the fornication and the nonsense we talking about. This is what happens. Black men end up growing up without fathers. And they become men that live lives that might have not lived that life, might have not ended up in the criminal justice system if it wasn't for their father, So that's something that we have to really think about because that's what he's really expressing. It's a hole still right now in there for his father.
Right.
Now what I would like to say on that from what I heard, because this is what, and we spoke about this on the show, with my own father, I've had growing up so many things in my head, but when I got older as a man, I realized when I had my son that everything that I did in life, everything that added up, whether right, wrong, whatever I thought was right or wrong, because it all adds up to the good of the Lord. We got to remember that.
Yes.
So we only see what's right or wrong. But when I had him, I realized if one thing, just one little small piece was changed, he wouldn't have been born. And then I realized that alone made me look back at my father's life and everything like that and realize he was on something. And what triggered me, what you said, is that your father bought the house, and then you said he was in the war, he was in the army. We, being in wars ourselves, we know how that messed with your mind.
Why did buying the house trigger you though?
Because that let him know that he established that. That's what every father, every foundation want to do.
Yeah.
Every man wants to take care of their family. He had 8 children with his mother. So that tells me that he wasn't no flimsy dude.
Yeah.
It was
You know
love
what I'm
there.
saying?
It was love
Something went wrong.
Left.
And if you went left, he already said enough to let you know what went left. If he was jumping out of planes in a damn war. You could imagine where his mental state was. He said his mom wouldn't let him back home. Why wouldn't the mother let him back home? Because his mental state wasn't right to be around the children.
Around the children.
What do they call that? Mental health?
PTSD.
That's why I wanted to speak, because I watched the show and I watch him.
Yeah.
And he observes
Everything.
everything. And his observing be so real that, you know, it helps me. Like, I understand what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? I understand what he's saying. And most kids don't have that father to guide them, to teach them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have that. And I always say to myself, you know, I told God, you my father.
Absolutely.
I said, I never trust in man. I always trust in him.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
I tell my kids that all the time.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's my father. Like and you said something that it triggered me to say, like, I survived in the streets. For something you said, I don't know what you said, but something you said, I remember it, but I survived in the streets because he watches me. My grandmother watches me. And my aunts, they watches me. And dude, like I remember me and my brother behind a tree, somebody stole his bike, his motorbike, and they was trying to start it. And my brother started shooting at the dude. And the dude started shooting back at us. We behind a tree, me and Joe, and nigga, all you hear is bullets going past us. He's shooting at him, and I'm like, how them bullets ain't hit me or him?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in a car with guns, all type of doing dumb shit, and how didn't get caught? I'm crashing at 100 miles an hour. Not a scratch. The car get totaled, but I ain't get a scratch. You know what I'm saying? And when I talk to the medium, every car I ever owned, I drove past my grandmother's house and I showed her. I said, Grandma, look at my car. The medium said, your grandma said you got a nice car. Swear to God. She said, you got a nice car. And she said, sometimes she sit in the front seat with you.
Wow.
When I crashed, I remember I had a 300 CE and I crashed it. Racing this nigga named Ty from 40. I'm racing him. He had the same car I had. How my car gonna be faster than your car?
It's the same car, right, exactly.
But my mental was like, I got rims on it, my shit gonna be better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So racing this nigga, my back fishtail, and I wanna crash in my car. I got out, Justin Prince is screaming on me. And I was probably drunk, but they looking at me like, nigga, we hustle for our cars. That nigga mother bought that. His mother bought his car. His mother really bought his car. Nigga, I'm in the streets. I hustled to get this car. And I'm sitting looking at this nigga like I'm numb. And then justice is going crazy on me. And my car, I'm looking at my car, is total. Not a scratch on me, not a scratch on two niggas in the car with me. And I'm thinking about my grandmother like, damn, she just protected us. One day, I'm in Springfield, me, Bobby Brown, Just, and another guy, I don't know who it was. We was in a club on Springfield in the corner in Hempstead. I took Bobby there. We in there, and that night was over. We was drunk as fuck. Just had a Q45. Bobby said, he drunk. He said, yo, I want to drive that car. So Just said, yeah, drive. I'm looking at Just like, yo, Just, he drunk. And you know, Bobby get in that car. Yo, dog, this nigga in the car going down the van, going down the Grand Central. I don't know if y'all know the park over there to the right.
Flushing Meadow.
Flushing Meadow. He said, 120, y'all, 130, 140. I'm like this. I'm looking at this nigga like, I'm in the back seat though. I'm in the back. Yeah. I'm like, Josh, I'm looking at this nigga is wild. Like, 130, y'all, 140. You know that shit go whoop like this? That nigga hit that, nigga, the car said, went that way. I'm like in the back shit, oh shit. That nigga tore that Q45 up. I said, yo, the car ended up in the grass and we didn't end up in the water.
Thank
we ended
God.
up in the grass. I'm looking at it. I jump out, cause it's just smoking. I jump right out. who was back with me, he jumps right out. Bobby, he lays on the floor. He lays on the grass, just in the front seat like this. Oh, man, well, fuck it. So I'm like, so Bobby says, take me to my money. I'm looking at this nigga. I'm like, we hustling. I'm like, this nigga done tore this nigga's shit up. Tore his shit up.
Take me to my money.
Take me to my money. I'm like,
Bobby, wow.
I'm like, big man, come
How
on.
many niggas did Bobby, how many thug ass niggas like yourself did Bobby bring in the game? He got you, Suge Knight, Pretty Shy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Pretty Shy. And like how many
I brought
niggas?
Shy there.
Oh, you bought Pretty Shy in?
I brought Shy there.
But he still had Shy with him. How many of them niggas
No, but Bobby,
was it of y'all?
Let me tell you something. Bobby's the type of nigga, if I brought you there, yo, get in the front seat with me. He love street niggas. Yeah, Bobby. He love street niggas. He's gonna bring you with him. No matter who. If I bring Math, Math, get a call with me. He fuck with niggas. Like, that's who he is.
Yeah.
He's seen the R&B shit, whatever, cool. But end of the day, when that mic is off, he's running the streets. Like we've been in Atlanta. I'm on 1 year, we was in Atlanta, and him and Whitney was on the floor. They was dancing. So usually when him and Whitney dance, I go on the floor too. I always grab somebody and I dance with them and watch them. You know what I mean? So when they dancing, so this nigga kept fucking with Whitney. Like fucking with her, like, you know, and Bobby like, so he looks at me and I see him, I say, I got him. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I got him. So niggas, so boom. Now I want to run at this time. I want to run.
Right.
So Bobby grabs Whitney and they go walk off the dance floor and walk to we had a section, like a table.
Right.
So the dude, he follows them. So I go the opposite way. So soon he approached them at their table, I catch him. Boom. Lays him out. Right? In the floor, stomps him.
Good night.
That's his signature stomp.
I didn't tell you the jail shit. Yo, this nigga, and one thing, I was scared in jail. Hold on, I'm telling you about that. So I stomped the nigga. So his girlfriend come, get it. So she tried to hit me. So now Bobby's sister, they snuffs her. So my other sister, she come, snuff her. So now there's a big brawl in there. So the police sees everything. So the police like, yo, listen, stop. Nobody stops. We going.
Right.
So now they call backup. So backup comes, right? So they put me in the paddy wagon, you know. So now my sister, everybody know I'm on the run. They like, yo, this nigga, he can't go to prison.
Right.
He can't go. So Tommy, who's Bobby's brother, who's his manager at the time, he said, yo, listen, let him out. He said, no. We told him to stop. He didn't stop. He's going. So Tommy said, take me. That's how real Boston niggas be, for real. Seriously. That's how real Boston, and I'll never forget this, how real Boston, Tommy's like, take me. I'm in the paddy wagon, like, looking like, when he said that, it just crushed me a little bit. Boom. So, they let us out. I was like, fuck. I was ready to go through the system. I was done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, in the day, we went back home. It was over. It was something else we were talking about.
You said you stomp out in
Oh
jail.
yeah, in jail. So now, boom, I get to 73. My man Just is there. Now, mind you, before I got there, Prince, C Just, all these niggas, all my guys, the team, like, they had war with the Brooklyn guys before I came in. So my man Just never told me they had war with them. So when I get to the gym, I go to the gym, you got dudes like Bush, Whitehead, like all these dudes, they gave away handcuff keys to get niggas out of the box, all type of shit. You know what I mean? So they heard I'm in the building. So I don't know what was going on. So these niggas is coming out, so niggas stepped to me right away. Yo, let Prince know we ain't nothing to do with that. Cause they tried to stab one of our guys, and he almost lost his life.
Right.
You know what I mean? But our guys stabbed their guys, chased him around, stabbed him. You know what I mean? So it was so much big shit going on that I didn't know about. You know what I'm saying? So when I got there, I had to really like navigate through it. Like, you don't know what your guy might have done at that time.
Before you got there.
Before I got there.
Right.
So I'm like, I told this nigga, I said, why you didn't tell me these niggas warned with these niggas? I wouldn't have came to the gym. I'm not dumb.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'd have stayed in my housing area and know how to move. I know how to jail. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's like B.O. He came in, you know what I mean? No, fuck with you. I'm gonna fuck with you. You know what I mean? But B.O.'s writing my book right now. You know what I mean? Playing both sides. You know what I mean?
Playing for
Two teams.
Playing for two
Where did the
teams.
stomp out come from? Because you said the stomp out.
Oh, the stomp out.
Was in jail.
My man Just, right, before the jail shit, before the gym shit, with all them niggas. So the Spanish guy, we had a treaty where no blacks can touch the Spanish and no Spanish can touch the black.
Right.
So for some reason, the Spanish dude didn't get up for breakfast. So he told the captain, yo, he ain't waking me up for breakfast. So the police said, this funny shit, I told the story, and the police wrote me and DM'd me, like, yo, I'm suing you. All right, cool. So I said, I ain't gonna say his name, but the nigga said, yo, nigga ain't waiting for breakfast. Yo, gotta get the nigga out the house. So we go to the Spanish dudes like, yo, listen, get this nigga out the house. Cause, you know, the police hold out bangers and all, whatever.
Right.
So he said, I'm not here, all right, bro. Look. So my man Josh take off on him. So if he take off on him, I gotta take off. So I'm stomping him. I'm fronting. Nigga, I hope this nigga don't die. So I'm stomping him, like, in my mind, I'm fronting for the inmates, but I'm like, I hope this nigga don't get up, nigga.
Yeah.
He laying there. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm fronting, but this most of these niggas do, you know what I mean? So I'm fronting. And the Spanish captain, he used to come on Saturdays to write our tickets and correct our tickets. No, this happened this date, this day. We behind our beds and niggas telling us. So I wound up getting transferred out of there, going to HDM. You know what I mean? Playing in the wintertime with my jumpsuit on, playing for soaps. So that's why I knew it was real. Like, nigga, you in jail playing for soaps. Playing for soaps. So when these little niggas running around here playing around, nigga, you be playing for soaps, my nigga. I can't do that. I like going to the
Strip club,
Restaurant.
being outside.
Right.
nothing like it.
It's a beautiful life out here.
Yeah, lovely life. I don't give a fuck what nigga talking about. It ain't right out here. Nigga, you stupid. Jump in the ground then, nigga.
Fact.
Die.
But do they listen to you knowing that you...
Right? Nigga, what? Nigga, jump in the ground, nigga. You dumbass nigga.
But do they listen to you? Although everybody know you didn't been through all this shit.
No, they do.
You know what I'm saying?
They do. I get like for instance, I just did a video for this cancer patient. He's 20 years old. They gave him 4 weeks to live. And I just did a video for him. You know what I'm saying? That what means more to me than these kids that run around and just wanna shoot somebody or just wanna do some crazy shit. Like, bro, do you know what it is to lay in that bed? Like, I lay in that bed, right? When my baby mama cheated on me, I cried like a nigga, like a baby. I'm not gonna lie. I cried like a baby. Like, this nigga fuck up my girl. He's a worker. I cried. And this OG told me one day, he said, and he heard me one day, he said, ain't enough room in that one bed for 2 people. I never understood what he meant by that. There's not enough room in that bed for 2 people. Because I went to bed with her on my mind every night. Like, crying for her. You know what I'm saying? And certain things you can't change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No matter what you want to do, you can't change it. I don't give a fuck who she is, what, nigga, you there now. That's your world.
Adapt and keep.
You gotta adapt to the world.
Word.
And I learned that that I had to adapt to prison life.
You had to start jailing.
Yeah, you have to. Because if you worry about the outside world, nigga, you gonna go crazy. You know what I'm saying? You gonna go crazy.
But then you adapted to industry life.
I definitely adapted to industry
Quite
life.
well.
Yeah, definitely.
Fast, right?
Wait. What is very, very important is for you out there not to skim over what this man just said. So he just let you know he laid in a bed that wasn't meant for two. That was the penitentiary. That's where you headed to. If you live a life of crime, that's where you headed to. If you take this rap serious and you think to live it out, that is where we all are headed to if we do not get our life correct. With that said, it was something that I wanted to hit on. It's all over social media right now. You're one of the originators. Again, if we not getting that out, this man is one of the originators of hip hop. I grew up on Run DMC. They was probably like one of the first rap groups I've ever listened to. He was like in pictures with them. So this is such an honor, thanks to Math Hoffa. Now, with that said, it's something going on social media, and I'm sure you're aware of it with Fat Joe. And you would be one of the best people to answer this in the room because you were one of the people that was there. Fat Joe have said Latinos started hip hop 50-50 with black people.
Black people?
Yeah.
I agree with it.
Okay.
I agree with it.
Okay.
So,
I agree with Fat Joe. You know why? I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah.
My sister, Bimmy Antney, she will birth me to the streets. And she's a part of a gang. And it was the Lady Nomads. They had the 7 Crowns, Savage Nomads, and this was Lady Nomad. Thank you, Bill. And them gangs were Spanish dudes.
Absolutely.
My sister's boyfriend was Spanish. Frankie Cantry. That's his name. Frankie Cantry. Spanish people been in our life forever.
Did they help create hip hop though?
Yes.
Of course. Of
So
course.
they was rapping? Because when I grew up, when I
DJ
grew up, and this is only
said
because
it. You
you
just
gotta
said
understand, I might have first heard my first rap record was Public Enemy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in the whole,
that's your first record. Yeah.
I'm only 45 years old. You know what I'm saying? I'm 45.
No.
Yeah, I heard my first.
But he knows
my
history.
first- yeah, exactly.
He knows history.
I did not see Hispanics in the Grandmaster Flash, the Cool Hercs, and them.
But they were
what I
DJing.
saw them what I saw them as a part, definitely, of the hip hop culture. I would never say they wasn't a part of hip hop culture. 50-50, absolutely not. I didn't see that. I would say more like 2010. That's what my generation saw. They was not rapping. They did not get
Can I ask you a
popular.
question, Bigga?
They did not get popular
what about
and
the
rap to the
breakdancing?
90s.
What about the breakdancing and the DJing?
That's hip hop
Because
culture.
okay, but you're specifically saying about
Rap.
rapping. Okay.
That's something totally different.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I'ma tell you. Okay, when I was coming up in the 70s, it's like about late 70s, 78, 79. You had Grandmaster Theodore, right? Who was a DJ. He had the Romantic, Fantastic Five. Flash had the Furious Five. Theodore had the Romantic, Fantastic Five. You had Ruby D. He was a rapper. Spanish. They got Spanish. You had Whip, Kevy Cab, Master Raw, and Grandmaster Cass, who's a black Latino.
I got a perfect question for you, brother. Did they refer to themselves as Latino or did they refer to themselves as black?
Well, you know that Afro-Latino.
It's a yes or no.
Well,
Did
I
they?
don't-
It's a yes or
At
no.
that time,
At that
they were
time.
black. Yes.
Oh.
Ruby D was straight out Grandmaster Cash. Yes, they did refer to. But I'm just showing you.
All right.
that
When
the
I
embryonic
when I
state-
grew up again, you
I didn't
talking
know
a
that.
generation I don't know.
You asked me for-
When of
for
course,
black children.
of course.
And
When
that's
I
the
grew
core.
up,
That's
the
and
core.
that's how we share
That's the
it.
core.
There it
That's
is.
how we share it. When I grew up, the Latinos I grew up with that was a part of hip hop identified themselves as being black. I couldn't tell my homeboys that
Right.
that wasn't Latino that they wasn't black.
Well, as long
Let me tell you something. What's his name? What's his name, man?
Bigger. Sean
Bigger.
Yeah.
Bigger. Let me tell you something. On our team, right? They had I'm talking about Supreme team. Puerto Rican Righteous.
See, just
I know
See
about
Just.
Righteous.
See Just. Yeah. Straight up Puerto Rican.
Yeah. I know about the whole crew on Rock Him album. I know about the guy standing right next to him. You know what
So
I'm saying? That-
they've been
yeah.
with us forever. Day one. So,
I agree with that.
So you can't say who
So with
what.
white guys.
I never been
Not
on
in the
white
same
guy.
way.
No, you
Not
can't
in-
say
not in the
that.
same
See,
way.
that's where
Not
the
in the
trickery
same way.
flip comes
No,
in.
no,
at.
not in
because
that.
white
Not in the
guys
same
was
way.
there. There
Where?
were white
Not-
guys there in the beginning too. You telling me that
Not
white
in the
guys
same
wasn't
way.
there in the
Not in the
beginning?
same way.
Rick Rubin was there early.
Come on now.
That-
Stop it.
that-
Stop
that's
I'm
it.
just
Stop
saying Rick
it.
Rubin was there
Stop
That's
early.
not
it.
even early.
Stop
That's
it.
not early. That's not
Stop
early.
it.
Early,
These white guys.
LL Cool J is
He'll
early
tell
as
you that's
83.
later.
The
He'll
Beef
tell
Street,
you
the
that's
Beastie
later.
LL
Boys.
Cool J is
Even before
83.
Rapid
They
Jack,
talking about the
we had
70s,
white
bro.
guys was
started
up.
in 73.
That's
They talking
later.
about the 70s.
He's on
So you
70.
said what happened in 73?
Rap started in 73, but they got a new thing called the Founding Fathers, the original Founding Fathers of rap. It's on YouTube if you look at it, and they're saying it didn't start in the Bronx no more. It started.
I
in
heard
Brooklyn.
that.
Now they saying
I could
Brooklyn.
believe that.
It
Yeah,
start-
that
it
makes
started
sense.
in Harlem.
That makes
I
sense.
could believe that.
You know,
started in Brooklyn.
That makes sense.
I can believe that.
Brooklyn, ain't it?
I think that's
You know
true.
from Brooklyn?
Yes.
You know it's from Brooklyn.
I think that's a fact. I think that's a fact.
Let me tell you
Yes.
something.
I think that's the truth.
Listen, the reason they're saying this.
Let's leave it there.
Okay, no, let me explain the reason they're saying
That's
this.
also civic. Who put you in that
No,
skyscraper?
listen.
Oh, cut it
The reason they're saying this
Bimmy, get your
is
man.
because Chuck D narrated it. Chuck D narrated this new thing. If they were saying because prior to they was giving it to Kool Herc with the system, so they did agree that there was a Caribbean influence because of the sound systems. That Jamaica in the Caribbean, they were actually the chanters and
Barbados,
The Clash.
The system.
That's
So-
what Bigger
Clash.
said.
Yeah, Barbados.
The
Yeah,
biggest
so, you know, the Caribbean.
Grandmaster
So,
Flash.
What they were saying was that because of the sound system, if any of y'all, well, y'all, a lot of y'all are young, under 50 right there. But you had DJs like Fantasia, who had systems out of the world. DJ Flowers. All of these were
heard of
Brooklyn
Young
DJs.
Right.
Right, that has Caribbean backgrounds.
Right.
So
Clark
when
Kent
they was
said
like
this,
Kool
too.
Herc took it
did?
along with no, because Flowers in there were before him. This
Facts.
goes back to like
Wow.
60,
Facts.
68.
Facts.
Listen to it.
Wow.
Listen
Nah,
to it.
facts.
It gives you a history that you don't know.
I remember Clark was bigging up Flowers, crazy.
Yeah, he
You
was.
feel me?
And so was DJ Red Alert.
Red Alert.
Where was
Yeah.
Flowers DJing?
No, but they was bigging up Flowers when
Yeah,
they came on the
no,
show.
all of them. Flowers,
Yeah.
Fantasia.
Word.
What was the spot Flowers was in? Because he said it was a major spot Flowers
That was
was
a
in.
club, Hotel Diplomat.
Was it
Nah,
Diplomatic?
it was Red something.
Red Zone. Was it Red Zone he was
On,
in?
Red
in the
Zone.
20s.
He said
On the
he said
20th
because he said Flowers had something and it was
Yeah.
crazy.
But what
with
they
it.
did when hip hop started to get real popular, corporate America, they needed to, so they said because of Flash, who became very popular, they forgot the DJs who were DJ, because remember it was about the DJs,
first.
not the
Facts.
MC.
I remember
that.
So when Flash added that, remember all the DJs talked about Flash.
Right.
I remember that.
But Fat Joe was correct when he said it was 50-50 because you had a lot of Latino MCs at the embryonic state who doesn't get the props.
Right.
Well, Crazy Legs just came
Facts.
back and
Facts.
gave Jimmy Lee
Yeah, Jimmy Lee.
Jimmy Lee,
Facts.
that's my boy. Shout out to Jimmy Lee.
Yeah.
Got 80 years. He's been in already 40 since 1981.
Wow.
He was the original B-boy. Crazy Leg learned from him. Then they turned Stick Up Crew.
Was he
Of course,
Spanish? Was Jimmy
yeah,
Lee
Jimmy Lee was
Spanish?
Spanish, yes.
Okay.
Original B-boy.
Original
Jimmy
B-boy.
Aponte.
Who was playing the breaks first?
The break beats the DJ.
No, which DJ? Was it Flowers?
Flowers.
Flowers was
Yeah,
spinning
to
breaks.
keep the
Flowers.
record.
Were the dancers dancing over the breaks when Flowers was doing this thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is me getting the
Yes.
timeline.
Yes. Well, we were doing in Brooklyn Up Rock. See,
I know what
Rock
Up Rock
started
is.
to-
I know
you
what
feel
Up
me?
Rock
But
is.
it
Right.
wasn't- We was Up Rock.
I know what Up Rock is.
That's
Okay,
crazy.
so that was
This
happening.
nigga's
Yes,
ill.
Flowers, yeah.
Right?
This nigga's ill.
Where was Flowers? Where was Flowers when in Sedgwick and Cedar when they threw that jam? When they
Well,
threw,
Flowers was still DJing in Brooklyn and all over. He was a universal.
what the reason I'm asking these questions is because what's credited as the first hip hop jam was the joint in Sedgwick and Cedar thrown by Herc.
Cool Herc.
See, but okay, that was from that perspective because at that point, remember, Cool Herc and the Herculoids.
Right.
DJ Flowers and who?
Nobody. Flowers was a part of the other crew, you said,
know,
right?
Flowers was
No,
just
Flowers
the
was
DJ.
solo.
Yeah,
Flowers
I
was
got
by
you.
himself.
So
So
Wow.
Flowers have an MC with him?
Wow.
Yeah, you had dudes that but
You
it
know,
wasn't
right.
like when hip hop started to take the form that it did in the Bronx with the MC crews, Cool Herc and the Herculoids. African, Bambaataa, Soul, Sonic.
But this is still what he's doing found it. I'm only asking, I'm not challenging you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the timeline in my head because I know what they credit hip hop
Herc with.
started, Herc with. Break beats, B-boys dancing over the break specifically.
And MCing over
And,
the
and
music.
MCing over the music. Those are the three things.
They credit him
That's
for
one of the main three things as to why Herc gets credit for being the godfather of hip hop.
I thought it was the
If
Park
you're-
Jam.
That was
In the park
That's
jam.
later.
He started in the
Sounds
park
is- yeah.
jam, and people came from all over New York.
But that was
to
that
the
was
park.
Yeah.
that was the
Gotcha.
party. That's how they partied in New
Queens,
York.
But
everywhere.
don't they
They
build
came to
that
the Bronx to hear him.
But don't they build the party as like the beginning of hip hop?
Sedgwick and Cedar is seen
That's
as
what they
the
say,
first-
and that was 73, right?
But that's why I'm asking, was Flowers doing these things beforehand? Because that get okay. That's
Yeah.
what I needed to
When
hear.
Flowers brought out his system, there's no, you see them big long block tractor trailers?
Yeah.
That's how, like, really, because in Brooklyn at that time, you had to be really gangster to even play in park.
Oh, we got
Alright,
educated
well,
on
alright.
Flowers when Clark showed up.
Kent.
Yeah.
Clark put us
Yeah,
on to
Clark.
Flowers.
Clark and Red
And then
Alert.
Red Alert backed them up.
We had
talking about
Red Alert.
Flowers?
We had Red Alert sitting
talking
right
about Flowers?
there.
Yeah. Oh, Clark credited
Flowers.
he credited his drive to get better after watching
Flowers.
Flowers do his thing.
And Red Alert.
And then Red Alert said the
accredited
exact
Cool
same
Herc.
shit.
Because you know
Red
all of
Alert
them from
said
Caribbean.
Cool
Right.
Herc.
And Clark.
No, this is education. I'm not
Yeah.
I'm
That's
not
crazy.
challenging you. I'm
That's crazy.
getting
That's
the
crazy.
elements.
I'm younger, need to know.
never
We need to
heard.
figure this out. You know?
Started in
we-
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I remember personally going to park jams. They had another guy who was Fantasia,
So-
which was another humongous DJ with speakers bigger than his like.
Yo, this is the third time
Started in Brooklyn.
in that many shows that we've heard about Flowers.
Yes.
This is
A lot
the
of
third
people
time
don't
he's
know.
come up.
So they gave it to, these guys still was in the clubs. So when these guys begin to emerge into a culture that was already and build on it.
Was Flowers disco?
No, Flowers was just disco records that started hip hop. Oh,
Bang, bang.
so
Red
Right.
Alert,
But he was playing the breaks.
Red Alert told us in that chair right there that Cool Herc came to the States and he started going to listen to the disco. And that's how he created what he created.
And I'm not
But he
saying
heard
it
Flowers.
was the
He credited Flowers
Yes, the
though.
foundation was already set
Red
for
Alert
her
credit.
to build on.
Yeah, from Flowers.
And so Flowers never really involved. He stayed in the club with a DJ and what he was doing. But that foundation, you see, because to come out to the parks was like something you just did for the love of the music. You didn't just stay in the club.
Right.
So when Herc came, this was like 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. Herc didn't come over here to 73.
That's why I wasn't talking about Rick Rubin.
No, Rick Rubin wasn't
none of
even
us
rap.
was.
He came organized.
No, we were talking. I'm
We talking
more
about the white
interested in the
people,
pre-Rick
Oh,
movement. I'm interested in what you're talking about.
Right.
Black. and
They're always around, but
Yes, and
it wasn't
They're
around.
Nah, but if we was
They
talking
didn't
about
even invest in
foundational
hip-hop
shit,
yet.
Yes, right.
Look,
So hip hop now started in Brooklyn
Yep.
facts.
with
Facts.
with his expert opinion.
Look, man. It is what it is,
It
man.
makes the most sense.
I'm just glad that we was able to set it straight.
Hip hop
I'm
started
just
in
glad that
Harlem.
we was able to set
One
it
thing we
straight.
know, Mecca, it didn't start in Queens.
No, but they spoke
argue
about.
that.
Hold
Hold
on. They spoke about a lot of the original Queens DJs who were. Like I said, I was listening to it when I heard it because it was a brother from. He helped put it together. He did the recordings, and I was doing it on S Media Grind TV. Shout out to my man World Drama. But he was the dude. He was interviewing the dude, and I'm sitting up there listening because my son had an interview, and I was like, yo, shout out to True Fly too. But I'm like, yo, hold on. I was there. I remember that. Flowers.
That was crazy.
I remember those
why does
parties.
this sound so familiar?
Yeah.
Right, and it surprised me because I was
That's
giving
crazy.
it to the Bronx. But you see how they just mix it up. But there was already a foundation that Flash and Earth and all of them built upon.
Yeah, alright. Queens
Listen,
niggas
son.
run you niggas ass
That
Russell
is-
Simmons.
Listen, at least it started in New York.
Listen.
At least it started in New York City.
Yo, listen,
Oh
listen.
yeah, thank God.
That's
Hip-
a fact. At least we know that to be fact.
Thank God.
Hip hop started in the hood.
One
And,
last thing I just want to ask. The interview with Nori, I was stuck on that interview. That interview was like, I watched that interview a lot. I was kind of upset about the representation of New York. What happened there? Is anything you want to talk about? I didn't like how.
Yeah, we kind of started with that
didn't like how-
conversation.
I didn't like how Big U was, talking and how y'all was just sitting there. And I felt like those guys was like, I felt the narrative was almost like hitting at us. And it was like you and your
what you mean?
sister was like, it seemed like they have a lack of respect for New York,
No,
When I look at that
Well,
interview, I don't see respectful
no, it's
people.
definitely respect. But like, if you look at Big U, he had said something in one interview. He said, when I come to New York, I check in. I check in with Bim. I go to Atlanta, I check in with Deb. Like, the respect is there.
Gotcha.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The respect is there.
But I
As
understand
well
what
as,
you're saying, though.
but no.
He said, yeah, he checked because you and him had a personal relationship.
Exactly.
Right.
But when dudes speak in New York today,
Overall.
they don't speak in New York
Not
like.
with
No,
respect.
B.O., you know why? You know why?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Look at the
Representation.
representation that we have.
Okay, but
It
that's
ain't
what
like
I'm saying.
it ain't none of this.
No, but we understand that, but that's what he's saying.
I know
And
what
they're
he's
using
saying.
that now, yeah, like
No,
New York is,
But-
and I just gotta be honest, like New York, yeah, we, like y'all not, and that's how everybody, every
That's
other
how they
hip-hop
doing us. Like, yeah,
feel
like-
y'all ain't it no
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
but look
we,
who's in
like
front
we
of
in the
us.
way, like we the herbs.
but look,
I mean-
I understand what you're saying. Look who's in front of us. You gotta look at that. Like them dudes, like they not gonna call you and say, "Yo, B.O., come." They're not gonna do that. They gonna, I'm here, nigga. You a fucking goofy.
But B.O.,
They
maybe.
don't call
only thing-
math.
but-
Say math.
But it's
I'm-
hard to
I'm
say.
here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
But maybe we not it no more. Maybe
we are.
it goes,
We
I'm just
are.
saying,
We are.
let me just give you
As long as
perspective.
we
Let me
got
give you
that man sitting
perspective.
there, we
Shit
are
goes.
it.
No, listen. Things go round and round though. Everybody, when I say it, meaning that everybody has their time to
No,
shine.
I respect that.
You follow what I'm saying?
Listen. I respect that. When I told you about summers, I give you 4 summers, 5, 6. I watched the time. We always it.
Always.
New York is always it.
Always.
I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
Right.
Anywhere we go, nigga, New York is it.
But I'm not denying that. But I'm talking about I'm not denying that. They've said inside the music business, there's no superstar like a superstar from New York City. Period. When they go to Europe, when they go leave the country, everybody's astonished by New York City. All I'm saying is that we had a time too when we was at a little low a long time ago, and then people brought it back. Maybe we're just at the low right now and what's going on.
The OG, remember the OG, the young dude. Y'all
But we all grew up.
That humble respect.
But we all grew up differently, right? Compared to now.
Remember what he told Mav? That humble, we was the epic center of everything. Y'all took what we gave you, and turned it into all well and good. But if you take it, throw some respect on that.
That's interesting when you say
don't
that
think that
because
they put no respect
but
on it?
hold on.
I'm sorry.
But think about this.
Respect on that.
Your family from New York put so much work in Atlanta that people were astonished that your nephew Waka Flocka was from Queens. We couldn't believe that.
That's true.
So think about that. So
There's a lot of influence all over you saying, so you got New York influence in Atlanta.
So if Atlanta's popping and we have the Antney family putting it down, y'all royalty, I've said that to you in your face. The energy's spreading all over the place.
Yeah, but you know what you just said?
Yes.
Like, I watched the VMAs the other day, right? And I'm sitting there watching, and I watched Nicki get the Vanguard Award, whatever it is, and I watch her ain't pay homage, not one breath to my sister. And I called my sister. She had many calls, and I said, "Damn, you didn't call my sister? I mean, you didn't."
When she moved Nicki down to Atlanta, people forget that.
You had that car, whatever the car that was in her office that I watched, that was just tore down. You know what I'm saying? I watched her make Gucci fuck with you. I watched Waka fuck with you, and you ain't paying homage to that. Put some respect on that. So my thing is, and I told Deb, is that I'm not gonna jump out the window. First of all, I don't give a flying fuck, because none of you niggas gonna fuck with what I'm gonna bring. But what I'm saying is that, how you not gonna respect my sister and say, nobody was fucking with you, love?
But I mean, she probably thinking that's old. Did you?
Hear me out.
I know, you're right though.
Supreme raised me. I don't feel that's old. I'm a grown ass man that did platinum records, all type of, but I still pay homage to him. To this day.
Dude, how'd you feel when she put that lyric out like you and Joe owe her money and shit like that?
That's my girl. I fuck with her. There's nothing against her, but sometimes we all need to check in. I need to check in sometimes. You feel me? I mean, my brother right there, B.O. We had a humble beginnings, bro. He let me know. We had humble beginnings. We all need that. So I don't look at it like this generation, you say something, I'm hating. Or you, nigga, what the fuck you talking about? No. Yo, this girl, you remember you had that raggedy ass car in my sister's studio, sitting there, and that woman took you and did what she had to do with you. Made these niggas do what she had to do. French Montana, same thing.
Yeah.
Y'all sat in my house, you and this white girl. I want to meet your sister. I called my sister, put you with them. You on tour with them, you...
Remember, he went on tour with Waka.
With Waka. Like, how you not gonna do right, bro? But y'all claim she's whatever. But how you not gonna do right by her?
Did you hear the Nicki speech and think maybe it was just a brain fart, or do you think it was intentional?
I would never get on a award show and I'll forget Russell, I'll forget Corey, I'll forget the people that Supreme, Prince. I'm not gonna forget none of them. You feel me? So it's not about a brain freeze or I'm forget this one. No, I know what I'm doing.
Right.
Give me my phone. Nah, I don't need no phone. It should come from here.
Right.
It's right, come from here.
When I the first time I interviewed Nicki Minaj was 2009. And Deb definitely was the one who brought her to the office. Like there's no getting around that for me.
Everybody knows
knew
that.
who she
though.
was,
ran her
but
through
she
the whole
was-
circuit.
Yep.
Cause she even shouted out Fendi, I think,
She
at
was
the
in the
awards
Source
show.
magazine.
Yeah.
Fendi wasn't there. Deb was there. It was not Fendi.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
anybody else.
Deb was
it
there.
was Deb.
You know what I mean? But not because you're my sister, but I tell her, like my sister, she got 5 sons. She always wanted a daughter. She kept making boys. When she got Nikki, that's like her daughter. She looked at her like, that's my daughter, I love her. She's not gonna harm her, she don't hurt. She's gonna take her to where she gotta go. You know what I mean? Then she lost 2 sons. Now she got 3 sons now, 3 sons left. You feel me? So I look at her, I'm like, damn, my sister been through a lot. Like, you know she been through a lot.
Facts.
You know, as a woman, you know she been through a lot. Lost 2 sons to death. Not no, niggas dying in sleep, niggas death.
Right.
Like, how you not gonna, like, just give her that? Or she paid you like you was her daughter. How? You know what I'm saying? We all can say this nigga did this, this one did that, that one did this. You know what I mean? But what did you do? Motherfucker put you on a platform. What did you do? You feel me? So when I watched the MMA, VMAs the other day, and I sat there and I was, you know, her performance was great. I love her performance. And I was like, when she got this talking, I'm like, I'm from the South Side, yo. I'm gonna pay homage to every, like from the littlest guy to the biggest guy, because I don't sit that high. Only God sit that high. I don't sit that high. So I'm gonna pay homage to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And when she didn't pay homage to her, and she paid homage to Eminem and this one and that one, and when they wouldn't touch you, when she was touching you, that's like me, for instance, I always told Russell, thank you. He said, no, why you think you did it? No, Russell, thank you. Because you didn't have to touch me.
Right.
You helped me. Hello. Yo, thank you, bro. You gotta touch me. I'm always pay, because of where I come from. I know. You ain't gotta fuck with me. You gotta fuck with anybody else but me. But you fucked with me. So I'm gonna pay homage. No matter how you feel, yo, Deb, thank you. It wouldn't hurt you to say that.
Wow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna hurt you to say, Deb, thank you.
What was the breakup like? Is it a reason? Was there a bad breakup? Is it something that, because women, is she trying to hold on to something?
No, what it was is, like, she was trying to go to Young Money. And I ain't gonna front. Me and Nikki used to talk, and I used to talk to her. You feel me? Like, she'd tell me, like, yo, Dad was holding me back. I want to, you know. Like I tell her, it's your career. You feel me?
Did she give examples how Deb was holding her back? Like,
No, she never said,
Like-
no, she loved Deb.
of course.
would
No,
never
I know
say,
that.
I would never say she don't love her. She
It's just no
loves her.
different like how Waka was like, yo, why my uncle think he the star?
Yeah.
Sometimes artists see certain things and
Differently.
perception of what it is. So
But you know what Leo Cohen told me? Leo Cohen told me that ours, our star, are crazy.
you have to be.
They are. I mean, but we
But
know
you
that.
have
They
to
crazy.
get
But
to
they
that
money
level of
maker.
success, to be that creative.
Yeah, but they
to-
don't
to-
believe us when we tell them that.
I mean,
They're not gonna be-
because I'm gonna take it for the artist. It's a fine line. You need them to be crazy
Listen, man,
and
you-
imagine the unbelievable if they're gonna attain it.
Listen, everybody's crazy until it's proven.
What that mean? I don't get it.
You dig me?
Until it's
I
proven.
mean, it's
Which man?
impossible until I do
Jay-Z
it.
telling his uncle, I'm gonna sell 1 million records. He was crazy till it was proven.
But you know why they
But it's
call him
that
crazy?
passion that gotta push him.
But man-
and that passion ain't natural. As if it was
Exactly.
natural, everybody would be
That's
doing
why
shit
they
like
call
that.
you crazy.
You know what I'm
though.
saying?
Because it's not natural.
Because it's not natural. The natural order of most people who wins 100%.
Most people fall in line.
Math. Who wins 100% of the time? Who wins 30% of the time? Think about all the L's you took to be Bimmy.
But let me tell you something too, right? I'm black. Black, 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 black. We all black, right?
You sure?
We don't believe in shit until you become a Jay-Z. Until you become
My man.
a Math Hoffa.
Right.
The resume.
Right.
You don't, so Waka Flocka, you don't believe shit. Us is fucked up as a culture. We don't believe you.
Is
Fuck you,
that
nigga.
what Nikki? Is that what you felt? Nikki felt like with your sister that she didn't believe in her guidance because it wasn't seen yet.
Nah.
No, she saw an open door somewhere else.
Yes.
You
And
said
that's
it. She don't. You said it.
An open door, and she didn't know how to. She didn't know how to, because Deb can be hard and
Gracefully
stern.
make that move.
Yeah, she didn't know how to do
Gracefully
that,
make
and
that
she
move.
became. I believe she wanted to do it, and somehow to justify, because even if so, you made the move. Still pay homage, because if it wasn't for Deb,
They would look at
you would
you.
have never been, and you know, you
Right.
would
Been in a
never
position to
it would
land
have
on
never
their
happened
radar.
if-
They wouldn't,
Right.
you wouldn't
Even
have
if
landed
you
on
was
their
with her
radar.
for 2 days, if that one thing would have changed in your life,
B.O.
we would have never heard of it.
B.O.,
Right.
that's what comes with, like for instance, right? I think about, right, what hurts me, right? I think about King Von, right? I think about King Von. If I was managing King Von, if I was in that car, I wouldn't have woke him up and told him this nigga's over here. I would never did that. I got other niggas to do that. Yo, he's a
And I know that for a fact.
fact. Get him.
Tell the story.
Right.
Get it.
Okay, I just came
He's
home.
not mic'd up. Can we get closer to him? so we
Yeah,
can hear him?
somebody bigger, move.
Because you're not
Mic
mic'd
towards
up.
him.
When you talk in the background.
You gotta talk loud.
I'm
so
all
they can pick
right,
it up.
well, I just came home, right? And we was in Queens, it was summertime, like 12 summer, we partying, like, this is a new atmosphere, we're living in Edgewater, so we moving around. So we said, yo, let's find somewhere to hang out. So we driving in Queens. And so he was like, yo, I forgot who was with me. He was like, yo, Bim, let's go over there. So Bim drove, he said, yo, hold up. That's E-Money Bag people. And this, not to this day. Precautions already better than the cure. He said, nah, we ain't gonna go over there. We drunk or whatever they see, and because of the affiliation with Cream issue.
War.
He Bim said, nah, we going out to Jersey to Hoboken. Avoided a situation before it even developed.
Right.
Precautions already better than the cure. Because if we was there, we was drinking
You know what I'm
somebody
about
was
to
seeing
say.
Bim,
I know you're lying.
and we had this man's people out, and we don't know what they.
Right.
Nah, B, we going to Jersey.
Right.
Shout out to Hoboken.
You know,
But your frontal lobe is developed, Ben. We're talking about King Von, they kids, compared to this grown man.
Nah, that was a grown man.
No, but we're saying what he was saying though is that when you move in a certain light, and this is something I can't understand about this generation. I'm not a rapper. You feel what I'm saying? You guys have talent. Y'all become multi-millionaires, but you're throwing bricks at the penitentiary. Stupid. When dudes are trying to get out from those same stupid decisions that you made, dudes that been in 14, 16 years old, they 46 now. Been in since 16, 56. Still trying to get out. 40 years, still trying to just get the chance to say, yo, I want to be on soil and just be free, use my own toilet, open the door. And you guys as millionaires, multi-millionaires, throwing bricks at them. I can't get it.
I do get it.
I do get it.
What, all right.
I completely-
What
I get
happened?
it.
What happened for me? You know, I can't speak for anyone else.
Couldn't talk about
You
it
know,
if I ain't live it.
The guys that come from that made it look like a badge of honor to the kids. What you doing still to this day with the rap music and the movies. It's making it look like a badge of honor. If you make it look like a badge of honor,
I
the
agree
kids
with him.
is going to look up to that, and the kids is going to start trying to emulate it. It's not about who agrees or disagrees. That's a fact. The kids look at us.
Right.
If you want to be a leader, you lead by example. If you are giving them the example of thuggery, that is what they're going to follow.
Understand?
Got my guy talking. Let's go.
Hip hop was the land of fatherless children.
Yeah.
Yes.
And as a fatherless, well, you know, my pops, he exists, but he wasn't around when I was little. I emulated what I saw outside.
Okay, but Matt, how old is
So you saw guys having mad women and having the money and all that and not caring how they treated the women. So you went through mad shit because you was treating chicks fucked up, but you thought that was how you were supposed to be.
Facts.
But how many generations are we going to continue
until
It's gonna keep going, B.O. because
Until
they further
we
development. It takes
as
time
a
for them to
father
learn.
step up and play our positions and teach these kids and take responsibility of where they're at. Where they're at is on us.
Let me tell you something. And you know what's crazy? 21 Savage said this shit. And I appreciated it. He said, what would you rather? Somebody telling their story to get out the hood or just staying in it and living it out?
See, but okay, but this is what we fail to realize. There's one in every four. No one speaks about those four that grew up in the same projects as you.
Right.
Went through the same struggles as you and never took the choice to follow that 1%
Okay,
guy.
and I'll answer to that. As one of the four who didn't take that chance, I'll tell you exactly why the situation is happening the way it is. Because we spoke about it earlier. Somebody come home, they get money, the block loves them. All the chicks run to them. They go to the club.
Make it a badge
The
of
rappers
honor.
love
DJ
'em.
Make it a
shouts
badge
them
of
out.
honor.
The MCs put them in their rap.
Make it a
They go to
badge of
Def
honor.
Jam and walk out with a job.
Yeah.
Almost like going to the
real
military.
job.
Yeah, real.
Meanwhile, me, who has never dealt the drug, only had fist
Don't even
fights,
drink no liquor.
never drank, never smoked.
Hey, you having a tough time.
I'm
getting there.
A&R now, but I've watched it, and no disrespect, no, not mad at nothing, because I had to walk my path. I'm not mad at somebody else's, but if you want to know why it looks good, if I was ever tempted to commit a crime, look at the reward these dudes get when they come home. Like I come home, you can come home from college, nobody gives a shit. You come home from jail,
50,000.
the whole
You ain't
hood
snitch.
loves you.
You ain't snitch.
50
You real
grand
nigga.
from fucking Anthony Mason. If I'm a Knicks fan, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I could have went to jail and Anthony Mason would have gave me 50 bands. Like, just think about that. When you let that shit sink in, if you want to know why the kids move the way they move, it's because we still we make it look.
I can't agree with that. I
good.
can't agree. The world is in love with survivors.
Yeah.
Period.
They don't love gangsters.
Period.
Yeah, no,
it ain't about gangsters.
The world loves
It
gangsters
ain't about
too.
gangsters.
Yeah.
Why we like James Bond?
The world loves
Because the
gangsters.
nigga gets in the illest situations and he make
James
it
Bond
out.
is totally
Why we
different.
like fucking
James Bond is different
Bruce
now.
Lee movies? Cause the nigga be against all odds and he makes it out. It's the same story.
Bruce Lee is a gangster.
The world loves survivors. Period.
It's the difference
The world loves
between the
survivors,
three.
son.
Crazy.
That's
It's not
it.
the same.
No, that's
man.
not
They
it.
love
It's the same.
survivors.
That's not it.
Because
That's not it.
Hold on, no. Because without the survivors, my nigga, we don't carry on. Without the people that say, "Oh, you went through all that shit, and you still went."
That's not it. That's not
Son,
it.
the world loves
That's
survivors.
not it.
That's
You're
it.
right, though.
That's
Yo,
it.
Bimmy,
You're right.
the world-
The world loves
I'll
survivors.
tell you why you're right. How would you go?
Yeah, what you said 30, 40 minutes ago when you were talking about losing your girl, the one thing that hit me in the mark, he's like, I lost my bitch to a working nigga.
The working nigga?
That's what you said to
No,
a worker.
a worker.
A worker.
He said a worker.
Like, hold on, a nigga with a job or a nigga that was working under you?
No, nigga, he's a worker.
He was a
a
worker.
Selling drugs.
Yeah, he was a worker.
But he was a smart. He's a worker. He's not.
That's-
He's not.
that's why-
He's not that guy though.
No, listen.
I understand that.
That's why. That's why.
Yeah, it don't matter. Look,
I look at you in my eyes. I know you telling the truth.
No,
I know he telling the truth about you.
You mad about the
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
that's why.
Guys that did, I did 30 years.
I did 32.
Right?
God damn.
So we want to be you.
Yeah. I wish I was a nerd. You know why?
I'm not a nerd. Hey, he might be the most street dude out of everybody. That's
What just happened?
Yeah, always.
Hold on, these block blue light, bro.
Now, this thing what I mean by that. Yeah, I mean that way.
Nah,
Listen,
I'm fucking with you.
you probably got choices, right?
But
I used to say a long time ago, I was part of my own environment. No, I made these choices in my environment.
Right.
Whether I did right or wrong is my choice. Same dude I used to watch every day, going back from the store, going to work, he's still doing it. I might have to go doing biz. So guess what? That choice I made, my actions. Every action is a reaction. So you didn't make choices I made.
I made different choices.
And guess what?
I made different choices.
choices.
And I paid.
Why? I'm 37 years old and 32 years of my life in prison, bro.
No, salute. I paid.
Guess what?
No. Wait.
You just said salute. You just said salute.
You gonna let me finish this?
You just said salute.
I don't need
You know what I'm saying? He just said salute.
I know he's talking about. He said salute to your 30th. That nigga
No. That's not what I'm saluting. That's not what I'm
We
saluting.
just fucking with you.
Yeah, but people are watching this shit. That's why I'm stopping. Hold on.
Well, you salute that he made it.
Guns is out.
Let me get one. Check it out. Look,
Guns is
look.
out.
This is psychological.
Face him so you
Yeah.
get
We
the
suffer
mic.
from two things. We suffer from peer pressure. Everybody.
Right.
From Jesus to the president, right?
Right.
And this is why the neighborhood the way it is today.
Right.
And from years ago, from slavery, peer
Right.
pressure. You got different forms. You got positive and you got negative. You got direct and indirect.
Right.
You probably was affected more by the direct peer pressures. Go to school, do the right thing. But then you got the negative when you come out, you see dudes with jewelry and all that. Nobody telling you to do it, but it's indirect. You just seeing it. Nobody, but then you got the
niggas on your
indirect
block.
negative. It's all those four forms, right?
He had a dad.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
that didn't mean nothing.
I didn't have
Peer
But he had a dad.
My father was there too in the peer pressure shit. I never had it.
I didn't have peer pressure.
You know what I'm saying? And you had peer pressure.
No, I didn't.
You know why you got listen.
No,
you know why you got
my father wasn't my peer.
No,
my father was my father.
Listen.
He provided pressure. He did
When
my
I
father
say peer,
I'm saying you didn't feel
when I
the
say
peer pressure.
peer, I don't mean
You had
we're in
your
the same
idol.
age bracket.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Right.
Peer,
Exactly.
Peer pressure don't mean we're in the same age bracket. That's not your peer. Your peer pressures come from the different forms of peer pressure of what you see,
Your
what you're told,
environment.
what you're not
Your
told. And then your
environmental pressure.
impulse control. A lot of us got poor impulse control. We see something and we jump
want
at
it.
it. With you, somebody, yo, this happened on the block.
Yeah.
What? Come on,
Yeah, let's go.
we have poor impulse control. We had to gain control of that now. Him, me, I did 21 years. Now we wish we was in your shoes. After the fact. But before that, we had poor impulse control. We was dehumanized. We was desensitized. And we had no care concern for human life. We looked at people as ops, as problems,
That's
as
it, you
niggas,
did. That's
as
it.
that. We didn't see you as human beings. So me being desensitized, I didn't know how to recognize you as a human being. If I seen you with someone, Ben went to jail, or he got a chain, they don't see him as
Right.
a man,
Bang, bang.
a father, a
Right.
husband.
Chain.
They see that chain.
Chain.
Fuck who got it. I want that chain.
Chain.
And I'm gonna do anything to get it.
Get it.
So that's our problem today as adults and as children.
Right.
So first we gotta get into the psychological effect of the criminal thinking. You gotta change your criminal thinking. Fuck all the teaching in school, math, science, and all that. No. What about the criminal thinking? They need to add that into the curriculum of school and black children, or how we're able to desensitize ourselves.
But here's where it starts. A grown man in the house saying, "Hey, stop that shit."
No.
That's where it start at.
That's not you talk to them.
That's where it start at. No, that's where it start at. No, I'm not saying that's a, but that's where it start at.
Yes, yes.
When you don't have that, as for every one of us that grew up without our pops around, we started thinking we was equals to our moms.
Yeah.
We started arguing with her. We was the men of the house. We had to make manly decisions. Who's around? When the dentist get money, he lead the hood. When the doctor get money, he lead the hood. What are we seeing outside?
Drugs.
That's
and
the
cars.
cycle.
That was by design because we
Right.
Yeah.
That's
But
the
yo,
cycle.
they didn't want to live in the neighborhood.
No, absolutely.
You was peeking through the courthouse windows.
But you right.
I was watching Will Sarge and these niggas on the corner. You had your pops telling you that shit is dumb.
We watched the exact
Yeah.
same shit, but my father was like,
I just asked.
that ain't
I just
it.
asked
Right.
my father
That
some
ain't
shit
it.
today,
and he was
man.
cool for
because
being there.
here's how it's gonna end up.
Cause my cousin
You can
died.
do that.
Cause my cousin died, right? So I'm supposed to have to go somewhere the same time she's getting buried. I couldn't, I'm trying to figure it out. Outside, I called my father. I said, yo, my nigga, I'm supposed to do this. What the hell should I, and I'm 40. And I know, and I said, yo, what the hell should I do? He said, just go to work. And I hung the phone up and said, bang, that's what I'm gonna do.
Going to work.
And in that moment, just when Mav said, I had my father many days like, yo, what the fuck you doing, nigga? Just like I just told you, yo, if I come down the boulevard and you there, I'm jumping out on your ass. So you know what's up. I had that every single day, and he's a big black nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's huge.
You already
Pause.
said. You already said. Did you have that?
No.
Yeah.
He did.
Half and half, yeah, I had that.
I had.
Like, I say, the majority of us didn't have that. You don't feel me?
Yeah.
And I watched a certain person talk on the shit we talk on. And your mother and father still together.
Yeah.
Like, I never seen my mother and father together. You know what I'm saying? Like, my life was different. I didn't have the luxury to be able to call my father and say, you know, when I went to visit him in the graveyard, I talked to him through the group dirt. And I talked to him. I'm like really, I really have conversations with him. And for a person to have a luxury to talk to their father, and I watch him still out here doing dumb shit, I'm like, how can you do that? You got a man ahead of you. Like, the father's the head of the household. That's how I was taught. Like, how the fuck you out here going crazy when you got a father can teach you?
Bim, when I was a kid, I come right here from Harlem. So on my block, 139th Street, you know, shout out to 139, Big L, Herb McGruff, all those.
Lennox?
Drivers
139 in Lennox,
Grew
Bigga?
up with them from babies.
Is it Lennox? 139 in Lennox?
139 in Lennox, born and raised. That block is a very unique block because on one side of the block we have what you call Delano Village. They now call it the Savoy. That's middle class. Everybody that lived there, their parents was kind of well-working people. My mom was a therapist, you know. We come from families. But right across the street, where Big L and Herb McGruff and all of them are from, that was something like a total different experience. So growing up, again, this is what we all talking about. We were the good school kids in private school. Everybody we all went to private school. But the kids up the block, we couldn't go to the store. We couldn't go to the Chinese store. We couldn't walk to the corner. They was on us. You know what I'm saying? We go to the bus stop. They was trying to jump us, beat us up for our bus pass, take our lunch money, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, at that time, as a child, we might have just thought they were demons, evil. We don't know what reasons for what. Now that I'm older, I understand their demographic was so different than mine. You know, they moms.
Home life was crazy.
Was smoking
on
crack.
drugs.
They were surviving.
Maybe turning tricks in front of them. You know what I'm saying? They didn't never know their father. I'm complaining about a father that comes around, you know, on occasions, and he's making sure I'm in private school.
They
and
was
clothes.
outside late.
They don't even know their father.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it turned into the pain that they was experiencing, which they was going through. They turned it on us, you know? So again, that shows what we were speaking about earlier, that the influence that the street have, because now us kids that's coming from, you know, the middle
The
class
block.
living, we looking up to these guys like, you know, we want to be like them. We want to, you know, we want to show them. We want to prove to them, you know, that we just as tough as y'all. You know, we could get into it in the mix with y'all. And that's where what you was just speaking about happens then, because now that good kid that you said that come from the home with the mother and father is trying to prove to this thug kid, you know what I'm saying, that
Young
I
Bird.
could get in the mix with you.
Young Bird.
You know what I'm saying? I could get in the mix with you. You know what I'm saying? You know, I could, you
Peer
know,
pressure.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
Indirect.
like, you
That
know,
was
like,
indirect.
But Tim just explained that. Like,
no,
when
that's, I agree with
when I
him.
grew
I
up,
think he agreed with me.
I don't know you know about free lunches.
Of course, I didn't get
I
it.
grew up
Chicken
in-
sandwich and the wrinkle French fries, the crinkle
I couldn't
fries.
get it.
In a little
Mayonnaise and
plastic.
ketchup.
In a little plastic.
Yeah, I
On the
was
little
one of the
plastic.
Mayonnaise
I
and
was
ketchup.
I was one of the
Bologna
kids when we
sandwich.
went to the lunch.
Nah,
certain
not
kids
bologna.
had to pay.
Yeah.
Not
Certain
bologna.
kids got it for
The
free.
chicken sandwich.
I had to pay.
I had a friend named Mark, God bless his dad, and Mark's mother was charged of the church, and the church get all the free lunches. So she had a refrigerator in their garage with all the free lunches. So I found out they had all the free lunches. Now mind you, in my crib we had nothing. They had a store in Queens, not Queens, it's not Long Island, you know, called Gals.
Oh, gals, yeah. We used to get all our milk
What
and
the
juice
borders
and everything. We talking about big ass shit from gals.
So my mom's, when she get a little welfare, whatever she get from welfare, we used to have a whole refrigerator full of
With
gals
gals.
with juices. So I opened the refrigerator, I'm like, oh shit, we was shopping.
It's lit.
Mad shit.
And the nasty burger patties.
Yeah. So my man Mark, his mother, they used to get all the free lunches. So I said, yo, I found out they had in the garage. I said, yo, Mark, you got chicken sandwiches? He said, yeah. He said, I'm gonna give you 3. I said, nah, Mark, I need like 5. I need like 6. Right? Or the chicken patties, the joint.
Yeah.
I put cheese on it. We get some welfare, the cheese that don't even melt.
It don't
Yeah,
matter.
right.
And she don't melt. So I said, yo, I need like you know, a couple of them sandwiches. So nigga wasn't giving to me. I go to the refrigerator and I took like a whole thing of sandwiches. Next you know, me and this nigga outside just fighting for the free lunches. We fighting.
For the free lunches.
I grabbed a bunch of them and I ran home with all the free lunches. And I go in my refrigerator and I set them in my refrigerator. I come downstairs, 2 of them missing. So I sit everybody down. Like,
He called a meeting. He called
who
a
ate my
meeting.
free lunches?
Walking around the table with the dog. Who did it?
Who ate my chicken sandwiches? Yo, dog, them joints was everything.
Everything.
Right?
With the French fries, the crinkle
I
fries.
had that. That was
Yo,
You younger than him.
Bimmy, still.
You can't steal. Every time you take
get
something
caught,
from
right?
anybody,
Yeah, it don't
just
work
goes
out.
left.
You just said that.
You can't steal.
They even take the free lunches that
Yeah,
he stole.
Every time you steal from
No,
somebody,
no,
it
ill
just
shit.
goes wrong.
Yo, ill shit, right? Like, I really wasn't built for crime.
Come out of here, son. Fuck is this nigga talking about? This nigga crazy.
Yo, I'm Let me tell you. Why was I built for crime?
Yo, what you talking about? It's over.
No, listen.
Nah, y'all
No,
not
listen.
listening.
I really
We
wasn't
stole-
built for crime.
No, we stole a car, right? Me and my brother. No, me and my brother, the other 2 niggas, right? We stole a car. So the niggas like, listen, we want the engine. I said, I want the tires. Right?
You can't even finish the story.
Do it.
He was out of all the things in the car.
All the
He said, I want the tires.
I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was young. So I said, yo, I want the tires. The nigga said, whoa, give him the tires. we got the engine, we got all other shit. The radio, all that shit. I want the tires. So listen, the order to get the tires, you gotta be the lookout. So all right, cool. They stripping the car on Henderson in the back. So I'm in the front like this looking out. I'm like, any car I seen with lights, hold on. Nigga like, yo, Joe, see your brother, he gotta stop, man. I'm like, yo, I see lights, nigga, I'm telling y'all. I see lights. He said, no, nigga, police lights, nigga. So I'm looking around, I'm like, in front of the joint looking around. I see some more lights. Like, yo, nigga, lights. Yo, them niggas stripped that whole car and sold my tires. I told my brother, I said, yo, nigga, where my money for the tires? Man, the niggas, I'm like, yo, Joe, where my money for the tires? Niggas ain't paying me for the tires. So I already knew I couldn't fuck with stolen cars. You know what I'm saying? It was a wrap. I can't fuck with stolen cars.
So I'm not gonna do crime, I'm just sell drugs. That's the best. Is
Matter of fact,
that better than stealing
You know
cars?
what's crazy? That was before I sold drugs.
Because on the street, niggas say you never technically sold drugs.
For me?
Yeah, niggas say that you technically was always holding niggas down and niggas was scared to death of you.
All right, hold on. I sold drugs on 150th Street. Preem told me. Matter of fact, I told y'all the story, Clyde.
I know, I'm just telling you what niggas said because there's a whole lot of...
Niggas always gonna talk. But that's what I'm saying. I sold drugs and Preem said, middle of the night, he said, yo, come on, nigga. You gonna fuck around and go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So I stopped selling drugs.
See, right there. Niggas told me that we wasn't selling drugs.
Yo, side question. How did you 50 Cent, but Supreme is in your bio? How does that?
All right, let me explain that. $50 was raised by my boy Just. It's my brother. Just, Black Just. I got killed.
Right.
Just took care of 50. Yeah, Just took care of 50. For the boxing glove, all that. With AU. First, his man. So, as, you know, Just my brother. So, as he raised him, you know, I'm like, I'll fuck with him.
You right there.
To this day, my cousin Leak is his right-hand man. Frenchie, who's got locked up. All of them was with him.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go against my family. It was my cousins.
So how did you handle?
No, it's not about handle.
Yeah.
I'm a man first.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it had nothing to do with my cousins. Nothing to do with Leak and nothing to do with them.
Mm-hmm.
I knew him.
Right.
I watched him come up. I watch him. So me, the teaching I got from y'all, raising, I'm gonna go against that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go against that. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. If you watch the way he moved like us. He moved like the team.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did you ever think to try and get him to chill when he was going at Preem like that?
I can't, like,
I'm gonna keep it real. I see a lot of Fifth in you. The mannerism, the talking, the crime. Yeah. I spent a lot of years with Fifth, so there's just a lot of this shit he does. It's all in the same tree and branch.
Did you try to get him to?
I don't think you could.
Yo, me personally, I'm gonna keep it 100 on Matt Hoffa. If I feel a nigga hit me 9 times, you can't tell me nothing.
Ain't nothing you could do about that.
Yeah. You can't tell me nothing. So I'm just being real. Like, you got dudes that fake and all that. I don't play no middle. I don't play this side, that side. Niggas know, like I said, I fuck with homeboy. Mm-hmm. I fuck with Fifth. Preem raised me. If you had a differences, that's y'all two. But me, I can get in the middle like, yo, homie, stop. You know what I mean? What happened with Fifth, I saw him in the Sony studio. Right? Sony studio.
Mm.
Preem was down the block. It just happened to him. I could have easily got on my phone and said, yo, get down here at Sony studio. I don't play them games. Mm-hmm. Feel me? I watched Fifth and I want to see him in the Sony studio that night. he was right. Banana clip, he was ready to go. Vest, he was ready. And I said to him, my exact words, yo, do your music. I don't know the extent of what was going on, because I don't be, you feel me? But I told him, he'll say it. I told him, do your music. Came out and blast these niggas. He came out and blast these niggas.
Ben, let me ask you a question though. And this in turn, it's like the same thing you were saying to Matt, right? It still was despite, before it even got crazy, when the OG comes to you, just remember, yo, leave that alone. Whatever the issue was, remember that humbleness, that respect was gone because it could have been alleviated from the door. But the lack of humbleness, and I say this, I don't know 50%, I know it should be, but I'm saying, I'm speaking from a preem perspective because you don't kick a man when you're down. There's certain things that you have to be held accountable for.
Right.
Point blank, period. You gangster, but when you step outside that realm, celebs, we gotta hold you accountable if we're gonna give you, and I had this argument a lot of times, if we're gonna give you was a street dude, there's difference, you was in the house, then rap, make you became gangster or whatever, but now if you got street cred, the do's and the don'ts, you have to be held accountable for. And that's the only issue I have with that, because I know how I live, the decisions I made, certain things I would not do, you know what I'm saying, under no circumstances, because that's what I committed to. I done 2/3 of my life behind that. So I don't know his success in his position, but I know Preem personally, and I know his position, and I know that we have to hold him accountable for what he has said, right? What he said, because he's held responsible for everything he said. And that's the only issue I have. And I understand, Bim, you in two positions, but in that sense, he has to be held accountable. And it's like,
I hear what you're saying.
No, I beg to differ.
But hold on.
I beg to differ because what he said was nothing bad. It's nothing bad that most rappers say.
no, but what I'm saying, we're talking about, it's different from a rapper, and a street guy. So I'm saying, you can't hold to the street guy and then try to justify what he says in rap.
What if he was trying to be the rapper?
Well, no, you see what you said?
Oh, yeah,
what
I
if
heard
he
you
said, what
What if he was trying to be the rapper?
okay, well then you're the rapper. But there's certain things that even if you're transitioning into a rapper, that you still have to be held accountable.
He don't want him to have said nothing, but I feel like a lot of stuff that 50 said was known already.
Yes.
It wasn't a secret.
I'm not speaking about
It was
that.
not a secret.
You're not talking about that.
I'm not
You're not talking about that.
Okay.
I'm talking about him saying things like, I want to see this man rot in jail.
Oh, you're talking about that.
You feel? I mean, we understand that's to the individual's
but
choice. Whatever he said, repeat.
Isn't that later?
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
Is that energy directed because of his affiliation with Irv and what Irv personally did to 50 behind the scenes to derail his career?
I mean, Black Hand was together at one time to make his...
And the money being funneled into Irv was by Preem.
It's getting sticky.
Yeah, my brother. You feel me?
No, I don't know.
I'm
I don't know.
just
That's
saying
what I've heard from his side.
Integrity, because at the end of the day, that's what it is. Because your life can change in a day. You could
Absolutely.
Nigga,
Real
take your
quick.
life, somebody else spend your money.
That's a fact.
You feel me?
And
I know
Preem
exactly what
definitely
you're
did have
saying.
that power.
But I gotta say,
Yeah.
can't tell somebody how to feel.
No, you can't. I'm not saying how to feel, but
You talking about the
believe
code?
that coming from that perspective, somewhere along the line, and you see it happen with these young guys today, indirectly, they forget the roots. See, because I'm gonna give you a courtesy, respect, regardless.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
But it's a fine line
Old, young, in between. But what happens is
on the roots.
50 wasn't
It's
always
a fine
wilding,
line.
though. This is what people are totally forgetting. I don't like to talk about this. I wasn't around. He was not always wilding. He came to them in peace. Like, can you give me beats? Niggas was supposed to be together as Black Hand. Murder Inc., Chaz, Preem, they was all together. They was all a unit. And I seen 50 coming to niggas humbly. Not on no rah-rah, humbly like, yo, I need beats. Hey, yo, I'm working with y'all. Yo, we from Queens, what's up? And I saw niggas with my own eyes, I'm not gonna say their names, be like, fuck out of here, nigga.
Now here's the thing. The same hunger that created all those individuals is the same hunger that created him.
yes, and I wouldn't disagree. But there's still, personally, you as an individual, whether what you feel, there's still like a fine line of integrity. Like, a dude could be a great dude, but he lacks the integrity. He lacks the respect. You feel me?
But I understand that. But you gotta look at it like this. I'm talking about Fifth. He had integrity. He had respect.
He did.
He wanted to be part of certain things, but you pushed him to another level.
They did.
Right.
You feel me?
And now
he
it's
didn't want
hatred.
that. So it made him that monster.
Yeah.
So now it's
Like,
hatred.
fuck y'all and all that. That's what
true.
it is.
And now it's hatred.
That's so to a point.
That's the
you allow
backstory, it's
your
true.
Emotion, I understand that. I know.
It's
push
beyond
to a point
emotions.
where no rules.
No,
there's
there's no rules. No, there's no rules. Hell no.
Yeah.
I know one thing. Fifth respects the streets
sometimes
over
the poison.
everything.
Yeah, fact.
That type of poison, it is
If
what
he
it
don't
is.
care about the
He can live
industry,
with it. No, but I'm saying, and my thing is this, personally, that was just in my opinion. That's why I asked my brother. But if he can live with it, look in the mirror or whatever, however, salute to him. You feel me?
Right.
I'm just saying,
But you got-
being on that other side, being in that cell,
Yeah.
and knowing I would never be able to address an issue, and then you.
Right. But then there's I'm sure there's a consequence. There's something that you haven't experienced to make you feel like that.
I mean,
And I don't want you to.
No, I have experience to the degree where, but I mean, it's just something inside me won't allow me. Like, let me share something with you. I'm scared of these young guys today because you know why? If I get in a situation for whatever reason, my mother, may she rest in peace, my wife, my sons, you feel me? Or someone that is close to me, it's like, oh, they don't have no, he's the op because, and I will feel so because, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm scared because I don't want to put myself in that mindset because I know where I would go.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Just for some, so I know I'm not even giving you the option to think if you become my op. So what do you like me to do? I mean, bro, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I know you're not playing by the same rules.
Well,
You're writing your own rules.
Right.
And that's what they
but sometimes you feel like you have to be, if you keep hitting your head up against the wall.
Let me tell you something.
This is what niggas gonna do. Niggas is gonna hit their head up against the wall, coming to you. You have to come from the standpoint of.
There has to be some.
But you gotta come from the standpoint of, I'm coming in peace right now. Mad times.
Right.
Not one time. I'm coming in peace. I'm coming in peace. Mad times though, B.O.
Right.
There's certain rules and categories and boundaries not going to be crossed regardless.
But one thing I know, I've been around Five, and I told Math this. He don't care about the industry. He don't care about famous bitches. The streets above all to this day. He'll show you more
He's a street
respect
nigga.
than the biggest rapper
Can I
in the
share
world.
something to you you may not know? None of you may not know. And this is out of actual fact. I put my life on this. My man Jimmy Henchman, I don't know if any of y'all.
We know Jimmy.
Jimmy was supposed to be released with Lou Hobbs, November 21st, 2021. Trump gave him a pardon. Right? 50 Cent had his lawyers write the committee and said verbatimly, if you release that man, my life and a lot of other individual lives would be in danger. Right after that, that was in December, January, Trump got impeached. My man got 8 life sentences. They took him off that. He's still in prison right now.
I can't agree to that.
Yeah, I can't agree with that
agree with
either.
that.
You can't agree with what?
We don't know if 50
Yeah, he
Cent
wrote-
really wrote
yeah,
that.
I
You know what I'm
can't
saying?
I can't agree with
I mean, the other documentation, the other documentation they said they had was
at the
fake.
bottom
It
of the
wasn't
letter.
real.
There's gotta be
The other documentation.
there's gotta be some sort
His
of.
lawyer
Yeah,
is different.
I
His
can't agree
lawyer
with
is
that. You gotta
not
show
different.
somebody
You
his
gotta
lawyers.
show me his
They gotta show you
handwriting.
beyond the other paperwork they
I
had
don't agree
was
with that.
fake.
I don't agree with
The
that.
other paperwork that they said that he told on
I
niggas
can't
was
buy
found to be fake.
No, let me tell you something. See
That's
what
what
you
I'm
just
saying.
said? It's because paperwork dudes is document paperwork this stuff. I know the founder.
No, but the lawyer could write something on your
Yo,
behalf.
but listen. I remember I was told, I know who told me this, but I ain't gonna say it. I was told that they was in court with Jimmy, and it said, the judge said, you can't keep playing both sides. Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. You can't keep playing both sides.
That's what the judge said to Jimmy. Just listen, we heard that, right?
heard
Loud and
that?
clear.
Well,
Okay.
okay.
You can't keep blowing both sides.
It's getting
Let me
crazy.
explain
This is
something.
going to a
No,
whole
here we
nother
go.
But no,
Can't
so
keep playing both sides.
Take it, but let me show you.
This shit get-
That's a whole nother
Real
level.
talk.
I'd rather talk about
Jimmy
music
has
again.
8
Yeah.
life sentences, right?
Uh-huh.
I know for a fact that Jimmy, if he wanted to get, because he was playing in the streets at both levels. Name one person Jimmy told on. One. He was playing at the level. If he really
Tony's
wanted
still
to
walking
get
around.
out of
He's
prison,
still walking around.
you feel me? If
Tony's
he really, and I know situations, dudes from, I can say from 1980. You see the other Jimmy, he's out.
Yeah.
Okay, so if a man's integrity wasn't intact, forget what the white man's. The white man could never tell me what you said.
Facts.
Could never tell me what you said.
Right.
But if my man tells me to be, and this is right now they're fighting. This is what it is when I know integrity. See, integrity is invaluable. Especially today. Dudes live on it, dudes make excuses for it, like we spoke about somebody else, Bimmy. So I'm saying these are the core things that destroy our community as a whole.
Right.
It destroys us because there's not a black and white issue here when it comes to certain individuals.
I just want to make a point.
I get
when
that.
when you're
You feel what I'm saying?
when
I
you're a
get that.
confidential informant, you don't never know who that confidential informant is. That confidential informant is protected by the court system. You get a case and you're charged and you most likely going to cop out. You'll never know who the confidential informant is unless you force it to trial and bring out the confidential informant, and about over 90% of the time,
Never.
that
That's not
never
gonna
happens. So there are confidential informants that are out there that you don't know about. Now, with that said, there are plenty confidential informants that are locked up for life. This is what happens where they make their mistake at. And I'm not saying that your man. I'm not even saying. I'm explaining knowledge for the people.
Yeah.
All right. So, if these confidential informants, what they do is what you call cooperate. In our world, we call it snitching. In the real world of the federal government, it's called cooperation. Now, when they cooperate, they have to tell intricately everything that has to do with their crime, everything that the feds know and that they don't know. These guys play games. And they sit there and they tell what they think that the feds know and might leave out this murder or this drug or whatever it is. And when the feds catch it, which they probably already know, it rejects their deal. And when their deal get rejected, they don't get what they was looking for, but they are still a confidential informant.
And that's correct. But one thing in the federal system, if any of that is true, you're not walking on no main line
Yeah, that's true.
in the USP.
That's
no
true, too.
main line. If you, it's happening, I know a few big name guys that's in now. They throw the kufi on. Every joint they come in, they go from PC to PC.
Yeah, they gotta go straight into PC,
whether
that's
you
true.
totally got it, whether you did a Rule 35B, or you just straight out debriefed yourself and didn't whatever, you cannot live in the federal system.
Yeah, that's true.
You cannot live. And on that
I know you're
note,
about to say something.
Ben, can I tell them about the books, brother?
Yeah,
You know,
let's do it.
you want about your book?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's my brother. I love him.
Yeah.
And he's given me the opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Because while I was in 30 years, I became an author. You know what I'm saying? I have 2 books. My first book is Poetic Hymns of a Solitary Man, which was my trials and tribulations of my 15 years in solitary confinement. You know, the stages I was going through, you know, the mental health.
Right.
My next book, which I just finished, and don't get crazy, because I know you do, it's called,
Turn it around, bro.
it's called Gifted Pride.
Gifted Pride.
Gifted Pride. And it creates a discussion about all these new sexualities that I came home and had to try to understand.
Oh, man.
You feel me? This, you know.
Oh man.
And the book is about, you know, it was dedicated to the LGBTQ community
Right.
because I believe they struggled to get where they are today. Whether you respect it or reject it, they're here. It is what it is. It's always been here.
Right.
But the book is about an asexual, which is something I just learned, which is a person who does not, he's not attracted to male or female.
Right.
And his search to become, or to try to find out who he is and how he fits into the schematics of this thing. My next book,
Hold on. What's this based on?
is based on gender, sexuality.
Right, but the story is about.
The story is about.
Is it somebody you know?
No, it's nobody. It came from my mind, just my imagination.
Right.
But it's about a young man who grew up with no outside influences. He grew up on a rural farm in Utah to Mormon parents. He had no outside influences. At age 18, he leaves his farm, and the first community to embrace him was the LGBTQ community.
Right.
He's, you know, and his experiences and in his journey, he becomes a supermodel. And it was at the time that AIDS became a big epidemic. So he's traveling, you know, through that world, understanding where he fits in at.
Right.
But he never forgot the people that first embraced him. And he champions their cause. And at the end of the book, he came into perspective that he was a special, gifted pride from God, like everybody else.
I gotta commend you for being very different and creative.
Word.
This could have been, you know, it's called Take It in Blood, or you know what I'm saying, or some crazy shit. This is different. I gotta commend you for that,
Yes,
brother.
well,
I gotta
you know,
commend you
it's
for
on
that.
Amazon Live, you know, about my name, Stacey Soul B. Knight. My next book is coming from my brother. It's gonna be an inspirational, motivational book about what y'all heard, but his life and how, you know what I'm saying, he came from the stand-up success, you know what I'm saying, from his humble beginnings. The name of that book is called Playing for Two Teams. And I'm in the process, I have 11 chapters in, and that will be something for, you know, the listeners, the readers, you know what I'm saying, to really getting the inside of James Bimmy Antney.
I got one more. I got one question for you, and then I'm done. Nigga, finish.
Appreciate you guys, man.
I got one.
Salute.
Listen,
No, just got one.
solid man. You know, I didn't know how I would proceed because I saw, you know, my dudes, but like it seems like everybody is just so, you know, like for instance, why do guys go / no homo?
Because they saying because
the innuendo of the predators. You dig what I'm saying? Like, okay, when I was a kid, some guy started a conversation with me, and once I realized where the conversation was going, I realized, oh, you a predator, because I was a teenager, but I wasn't the type of teenager he could take advantage. I was the type of teenager that I'm gonna call my homies, we're gonna set you up and we're gonna rob you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's that innuendo that they talk with, where they're hinting at things, but they're not saying it directly because they don't know how it's gonna be taken. That causes the pause and no homo shit. Like, yo, stop right there, homie. I don't know if you talking in code, but in case you talking in code, stop. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Let's make that a
is.
clip, because that was a great explanation right there, bro.
Okay, one more thing. I was in prison, and I used to be, I'm Jewish, you feel me? So,
Shalom.
Yes, shalom. I used to, you know, like, the Jewish at night, we get the kosher. So,
right. The good food, by the way. The good food.
Good food.
yes, the
If
kosher,
you're smart, you say you're Jewish.
That's right.
Every
you're
time
smart,
you
you
know,
say you're
I want
Jewish.
to trade my food, I say, yo, y'all got my salami on the market. Oh, yo.
Yo, even when he sit out here, niggas is like, yo, hey, yo.
You asked for that one, son.
Every day it used to happen. I got my bologna on the market. I got so frustrated.
Yeah.
We in shoot. We in special act. We in Southport.
Right.
So I said, man, yo, homie, who the fuck? Every time I talk about my salami and my bologna, yo. The homie was like, nah, big homie. Your mouth is kind of crazy. Pause, slash, on game. And I'm like, how did you get here?
Even Bim is over here like, yo, pause. Pause.
Like, nah, sorry.
My salami, when you
Don't
say
say
my
that out
salami,
loud.
it's on the market. Listen, my bologna's on the market. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Yo, listen, I got one question for you.
Yeah.
How the hell did you turn your image around? Because you was known as a tough gangster ass nigga. Now people see you as a fun-loving, funny guy. How the fuck did you do that?
I always been funny. I always been that, because I'm a family guy first. You know what I'm saying? I love my family. And when it comes to taking blocks and drug shit, I'm different. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm on my nephew. He had a body in 3 attempts in Atlanta, and they was looking for him. My crib in Long Island, he can't stay with me. I was hiding him out, and then he got tired of running. He said, "Yo, I'm gonna turn myself in." I said, "You serious?" I said, "Yeah." So I would go to Atlanta. Now we down in Atlanta. We talking to him in the garage. And I'm telling him I'm worried about him because I know prison. And he said to me, my nephew Joe, he said, I'm different in the streets than I'm around y'all. Like I'm family, I'm fun, I make jokes, but I'm in the streets, I'm something totally different. So when I'm in the streets, I'm something totally different. But around my peoples, I'm fun. I'm happy. I'm making jokes. You know what I mean? But when I'm on that field, it's something totally different because I know you can lose your life in a second. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was one kid, he lost his life with us, and I'll never forget this. And I hope his family watching. He ran away from his family to be with us. He was about 14 years old. He just kept running away. His family put him in homes. He's, I'm back, y'all, I'm back. I'm with the team, I'm back. I was looking at this nigga like, yo, we gotta stop running away, man. You know what I mean? You have family call the police on us. Now I'm back. And I'll never forget this. God bless the horse. Horse was like young, but he was like a big young dude. Like, you know, he can fight. He was like, all the young dudes look up to him. And I remember this day, I was in the projects, me, God B, and Prince. We was in the projects on building 3, down the hill. We sitting there, we hear shots. Bah, 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 bah. So I'm like, so we all looking. So B, you know, God B was the one that taught Preem. Like, he was the dude that, hey, listen where the bullet's coming from. So we looking, so niggas like, yo, it come from that way. So we start going towards that way. So we get to that way, we see guys laid out.
Guys?
Yeah, guys laid out on the ground, shot. Like,
No, I'm saying it was multiple guys.
Multiple guys on the ground. And the young guy I was telling you about was laid out on the ground. And I looked over him, I looked at him, and he had blood come out his ears, you know what I'm saying, in his mouth. And God B looked at me, he said, he's dead. And he's a young kid. I'm looking at him like laid out. He said, let's go, we out. You know I want to be there, you know what I mean? Police,
You don't want to be there when the police show up.
Police show up. So niggas that we out. And I looked at this little kid and I was like, and I was fresh with the team, not fresh, but I was down, you know, and I thought about it, I'm like, that simple, we can walk away from this kid here, this dead. And it stuck with me for my whole life. Like watching this kid be happy to be down with us, but then he get murdered.
That was what God was trying to show you what was to come.
Yeah. So it's funny you said that because what made me quit the game, I knew it was over, and I was start doing my music. It was this guy named Rashawn. He was Horse's man, and they went to jail, right? He'd been gone for like 10 years. And I'm on a block on 119, and he came in, he just stared at me, he looked at me. So it's my block, so everybody outside, you know, guns in the garbage can, you know, everybody outside. So he looked at me, so I told my man, I'm gonna say, yo, watch him. He goes in the chicken joint. So he in there, well, he come back out. He look at me, he said, your name Bimmy, right? I said, yeah, what's up? Right, so now niggas on him already. I said, yeah, what's up? He said, I'm Rashawn. Now mine still didn't click on me because the energy he gave me, so I wasn't really paying attention to his name or where I remember him from. He said, you know, Horse, that's my brother. I said, we were Horse. And I said, oh shit, you should be in the park. We hugged, right? I said, when you come home, bro, we kicking it. He said, I just came home, you know, this week, you know, but his baby mother was from Queens. He from like Harlem. So he called my phone and said he's in Harlem. His baby mother is partying, and you know, she had a baby in her, the baby's dead. You know, he told me all type of shit. I said, don't worry about it, I'm coming to Harlem now, I'm coming to pick you up, bring you to Queens. I go to Harlem, I pick them up, come to Queens. So I'm in my crib, I got a white feline warm on with a white sneak, you know, the top 10s, right? So he said, I want that suit, man. I said, don't worry about it, we'll go to the mall later on, I'm gonna buy it for you, we good, I'm gonna get it for you. So now we go back to my crib. So I said, yo, we gonna go to the block, I gotta check on the workers. So I go on the block, I'm on 119. Now his baby mother there. So she talking to him, everybody Bob. So now I'm talking to my man Black, all of us talking. So my eye, I see a nigga with a bandana on his head, on around his face, and I see Rasan fighting the nigga. The nigga go for his chain, and I watch him like duff him out, right? So I turn, I spin, so I go over there. Next thing you know, I see a nigga come from the corner, start just shooting. I said, oh shit, and I backed up, and they were shooting him, and I runs in the change store with everybody clear the block, and I'm like, yo, where the guns at, And niggas ain't put no guns in garbage, niggas had no guns. I'm like, y'all niggas is crazy. So I'm in the Chinese restaurant, I mean, what's them niggas, the African niggas, whatever, the chicken joint. So I go in there, so they tell like my little man in, they won't let him in. They said, don't let him in. So then I'm thinking, as I'm in there, I said, you know what? Fuck this. I run outside. Niggas grab me like, yo, don't go out there. I said, nah, Rasan out there. So I go out there, and Rod, he didn't hit the ground yet. He like this, and I grab him. And I'm picking him, I'm trying to hold, but he's heavy, because he's losing it, he's heavy. So I'm like, yo, help me. So as I'm trying to hold him, his head hit the ground. Boom.
That was it.
I said, put him in a car, take him to the hospital. They put him in a car, take him to the hospital. It started drizzling. I said, he gone. You know what I'm saying? They're washing his sins away. He gone. So 3 days later, 4 days later, whatever, I'm on the block. Detectives come, they get the car, one here. They walk, trying to box me in. So I'm walking in the block. They said, let me talk to you. I said, what's up? He said, they said the hit was for you, right? I said, the hit was for me. I said, I had all white on. How the hit for me? I had all white on. You know what I'm saying? It was a robbery, you know what I'm saying? And it just fucked me up that he lost his life. He just came home for nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he lost his life for nothing. And I was like, this ain't for me. And that's when I started doing my music. I started really getting into music. And then I had a knapsack on, don't forget it, with my CDs, my DATs. I don't know what y'all know what DATs is.
Yeah, dat tape.
Yeah.
With the B, you know,
Dat
dat
tape.
tape.
Dat
Dat
tape.
tape. They all know what the dat is.
Yeah, I know what the
so I
dat
had my
is.
DATs, I had all that
Wow.
shit in my bag. And my man, I never forget I ain't gonna say his name, because I said, yo, he said, man, what big drug dealer's gonna do music? I looked at this nigga, and I walked. I had no car, I had nothing. I just left the game. Just left the game. 5 years later, that same nigga asked me for a job. And looked at him like, and I tried to help him, but he was too negative. You know what I mean? But he asked me for a job. You know what I mean? And I'm like, even with the youth on your channel, like, you gotta believe in yourself. Because us as black people, we don't believe in shit until you make it. We don't believe in shit.
Your belief got to be bulletproof.
How many phone calls man Hoffa got that niggas call your phone to be on your show?
A lot.
That didn't call your phone. How many? They don't believe in shit until you show them. And that's bad. That's bad. Your support group, how many support groups you had? Who supported you? You know, that's what I want to get into. Who supported you? Like, you invented yourself. And I thought about this, I want to ask you that. I watched you in the battle, I watched you do your thing, but then when this came about, the Math Hoffa show, and then I'm like, damn, he's showing these niggas something totally different. You know what I'm saying? That most niggas would bow down. You know what I'm saying? And I was always taught a millionaire lose 3 times until he keep it. Till he keep it. And I sit there and watch you reinvent yourself. I'm not gonna say reinvent yourself, because that's an old cliche saying, but you brought your crew with you. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. And that shows who you are as a man. As a man, it shows you who you are. Me and this nigga sat at my mom's crib and he said to me, and I'll never forget these words, we had our humble beginnings. Our humble beginnings.
I asked him, so when the last time you been in there? We sleeping in mom's crib, big male, like, nigga, when the last time you slept in? Man, since 85.
At all. And I sit there and watch this room. I'm so like, this is so real. Like, this so dope. And it shows me who you are as a man, as a leader. Because my man told me one day, right, Scar. You know Scar. Scar, we was in the mall, and this nigga came to me, he said, yo, you a legend. I looked at him, and we walked away. And Scar said to me, I'm a legend. So I said to him, what makes you a legend? I bang on police, all that. No. A legend is a man that makes other men. That makes other men.
Great.
You feel me? Makes them great. That's a legend.
That's deep. That's deep.
Math, that's a legend.
Become a man's man.
That's right. That's a legend. You motherfuckers talking about you on this internet, crazy.
Facts.
But fuck with them goofy niggas, let them niggas talk all that dumb shit. Keep that over there.
Wow.
When you come to this door, this is real talk here. This is real talk.
Right.
That's what they can say they want to say about Vlad. But Vlad let you tell your truth. You decide to tell what you want to say. You decide to tell about a hidden body or some other
Right,
shit.
some crazy shit.
I'm still selling drugs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's on you. That man ain't do nothing to make you say that.
Right.
He's asked you questions. Now you big enough to go on that show, be ready to answer no questions. That's why you ask me, nigga, I'm answering anything you ask me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because one thing, when I copped out unknown and known. So when I got my time, I copped the unknown and known. So unknown and known is like, nigga, whatever I don't know about, then I'll cop out to it.
Right.
But for the record, tell him what happened with Star. Because after he said he was a legend.
Scar.
Oh yeah, after he told me he's a legend, right? The crazy shit is I took him to Baltimore. I had an interview, whatever out in Baltimore, at the studio, something. I took him with me. Came back home. I said, where you live at? I'm gonna drop you off. I'm in Brooklyn. I said, cool. Go to Brooklyn. He said, let me in from the corner right here. I said, the corner? I'm gonna let you over at your house, nigga. Fuck, I'm gonna let you in the corner for a week late. Now I'm in it, literally the what's that shit on the shelter.
The armory.
In Armory. He said, I'm in the shelter.
Mm.
I'm like, you in the shelter? Come on, my nigga, you ain't in no shelter. So I got a crib in Rochdale that I subleased to my two niggas. I said, listen, I called them two niggas that night. I said, y'all gonna let my man stay in here. Let him get his shit together. I'm gonna give him a place to live. Yo, Brim, listen, nigga, you ain't nowhere to go. I'll get that to you.
Right.
Return that favor then, brother. They let him in. Lo and behold, he on jail time. Yo, nigga, touch my towels. Right? Nigga had his bitch over there. He fucking his bitch. He used my man towels. Yo, Bam, nigga use my towels. It's up. I'm like, nigga, come on, Kentucky. You're not in jail no more, bro.
Yeah.
The fuck you talking about? Nigga turn my speaker. You know, he was doing this dumb shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I said, yo. So niggas like, yo, Bim, we gotta let this nigga go. He gotta go, man. He on some jail shit. We ain't living like that. These are good kids. They go to work, you know, but they on some real shit though, but they go to work. They don't want that type of time.
Right.
So I'm telling this nigga, yo, stop going fuck with them niggas. He kept coming. They threw him out. yo, fuck Bimmy. I'm gonna kill that nigga when I see him. You know, he got on some other shit. Right? Niggas called me, I ain't gonna say his name. He was living in a studio. Yo, Bim, come get your man. What you mean, come get my man? I had him in my house. He bugged out. A couple days later, nigga hit him in the head. Found him butt naked, yeah. He hit him in the head. So I'm just like, and not just that, before that, I took him to Miami. He'd never been on a plane, a lot of time in jail. And I think him being in a box, and he was what he was? Yeah, his scar, affiliation. He was blood, I know he was blood with Valentine. One of the first sets. Yo, so he's Valentine, and I took him with me. I took him to Miami, and you know, I deal with a lot of Jews, and they important. They, you know, so he across the table looking at this certain Jew like this. So I'm at the table with this nigga like, why this nigga staring at this nigga? So he's just staring at him, right? So this nigga, he created some type of, I don't know what he created, but he created something this nigga knew. He been in jail, he do his homework. So he's looking at this nigga across the table, just staring at him. So I said, yo, eat, man. No, I ain't hungry. You ain't hungry? Yo, it's crazy steaks, lobster macaroni and cheese, all type of shit.
Like, what the fuck is about to happen?
So my other guy, he said, I'm gonna take him outside. I said, no, leave him right here. I want him to see the atmosphere.
Right.
This nigga looked at this nigga and said, I know you from. He told the nigga everything. And he said, yeah, that's me. He sat back and said nothing else. That night, I took him to Walgreens, because we needed, you know, cosmetics, because we just got the Miami, whatever. This nigga bought big bag of popcorn. The nigga ate all that motherfucking popcorn before he was starving. I said, see, you should have ate that steak. You should have ate that steak, nigga.
Right.
You know
80 tomahawks.
Yeah. I said, you should have ate that steak. So you eat all that fucking popcorn.
Yeah.
You're starving, ain't you? You know what I mean? So my thing is sometimes is you can bring a nigga out the hood, but he's not gonna understand.
Right.
You feel me? You gotta briefly motivate him through the trenches. You feel me? Because when Run DMC took me out the hood, and I'm on that plane, I ain't never been on a plane in my life, and I'm in Beverly Hills, and Jay looked at me, Master Jay, God bless him, and said, you gotta get out the streets. And I sat there and looked at Jay. I understood what he was saying to me. And most guys from that street is not gonna understand it. They don't know how to be still. Like how Matt Hoffa got this shit going on. These guys know how to sit still. But if you put a guy that came home from jail, he's not gonna sit there and be still. He gonna think all type of ways to do other shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's moving too fast.
Yeah, it's moving too fast for him.
Yeah.
And I had him in my office. I said, just draw, just do the. So one day, this other guy named Larry, he always complained about me. I made him, they all work for me. Right. So I made him drive, pick them niggas up, whatever. This nigga said in the office, said, yo, tell, my guy, he said, yo, y'all two need to fight.
What the fuck?
I looked at this nigga like, what the fuck I look like fighting in this fucking office?
It's my office.
It's my office.
Right.
Fighting a nigga that's a driver.
Right.
He said, y'all need to fight. He said, I'm tired of him talking about you. And all. I'm like, and this nigga looking at me like, what the fuck this nigga talking about? Because he always complain. I know this guy complained, but this nigga was mentally
on his jail time.
Yeah, on his jail
stuck.
time. He was fucking fucked
He was
up.
stuck.
He was fucked up.
He was
You know what I
stuck.
mean? His parents, he was adopted. I found he was adopted. I went to his crib with him, and they won't let him in the house without people supervising him to get his clothes. So I already knew he was fucked up. I met him, he was a little kid. Me and Prince lived together, so he was drawing me and Prince cars. And we'd come outside and he'd have our cars. Look, I was like, oh shit, I took to it. You know what I mean? But as he got older, he went to jail forever. But he was a nuisance, right?
That's what, but you know, to add on to what he said, that's a lot of things that we miss. You know what I'm saying? With brothers going through thinking that they're in their right mind, then when they go to prison, they end up in these shoes, these concentration camps, and they come home like he said. So that's what my first book was about. You know what I'm saying? Poetic hymns of a solitary man, because you find yourself by yourself and can tell he couldn't, like me, because I prepared to transition when I was in there. So when I came out, just never forget it. I called Bim. I was like, Bim said, where you? He was in Dominican Republic. I called him and said, yo, where you at? He said, yo, meet me on Fulton Street. Remember? Meet me on Fulton Street, downtown. He had the office over there. From that day, for like 2 years, I lived with him. When I was on parole and everything, but I was eager to transition and learn.
Right.
But now, if you see these guys walking around Harlem, walking around, they developed that while in the can, and the system is not dealing with these guys.
Right.
Guy push a lady off the train tracks. These are, yes, you know, these are issues. And when you go in prison now, it's a mental institution.
Yeah.
So instead of dealing with them because they close all the mental institutions, and even when you see these young guys, you don't see it because they make it look suave and cool.
You see the medication line?
Yes.
Cheese line.
Cheese line. Young guys.
Yeah.
So all of these things that's happened that didn't happen in my time when me, Shy and us came to prison, when Bimmy came to prison, that we're dealing with now. And then coming back to society, committing suicide. That was something like, huh? What the? But these are the things that we're dealing with, along with the other issues of my generation, the generation before us.
Right.
And a lot of these podcasts doesn't address that. And so when I was watching, Bim told me I was coming, I said, yeah, bro, I want to go. Because I see y'all deal with the issues here, but you deal with core issues, real.
I would like to touch on that. I got to touch on that, and then I'll be done.
Now you gotta be done.
Yeah, you know, he said something about that. We do touch on it. I touch on it all the time, every time I speak. I don't know if y'all hearing me.
These guys are
So I'm
fighting
going to say it
demons.
again.
They're fighting demons.
Yes. Let this mind be in you, which is also in Christ Jesus. If your mind is not right, you are already messed up, you know, so, you know, yeah.
But even on a psychological level, these guys don't feel like they're strong enough to fight something. So even believing something is strong enough to fight it, it's helpful to them.
Absolutely.
You dig what I'm saying? Shit is real.
No, shit is definitely real.
Shit is real. I want to advise everybody out there. This was one of the realest conversations that we've had in this shop. One of the realest conversations. We've had many, but this was one of the realest.
I look at things like, I watch the show and I watch guys talk about how rich they are and rich, you know, and I don't consider rich money.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm reading what I'm saying. This is rich. You know what I mean? Well, I come from a team. Like, we make sure everybody eats. We make sure everybody's good. This is rich to me. You know, I don't give a fuck how much money you got. You running through this door, because I can get the same shit, but I don't care about all that. That's nothing.
Right.
When you can show your brothers how to eat, and they eating, and we living, you know what I mean? You know how it is for you, and you to be on a beach next year and sit there and chill and drink and like, nigga, remember the episode? Remember that? Nigga, that's rich, nigga. That's rich.
Absolutely.
That's rich. Mama, you fucked up. You said that. Mama, we can be on the beach and just chill. Because
now, imagine that beach is paradise.
I'll show you a rich moment.
No, wait. I need him to hear what I said because I don't know if he caught it.
I didn't catch it.
imagine that beach is paradise.
You mean like,
Paradise is the hereafter.
right.
Paradise is that day that God has promised us. That one
I ain't
day.
talking that far.
No.
But
That's not what he's talking about.
You're talking about next year.
But I need you to catch
I
that.
ain't with that.
Yeah, I need you to
Yeah.
catch that. That's really,
I can't catch that.
That's
I ain't trying to
that's
go
a
to
dream.
I ain't trying to go to
No.
I don't want that.
But all right, pause. But let me finish making a comment.
Yeah, please.
We all are going.
Yeah,
no
we are.
matter how much we want to accept it or not. God has promised us that one day we will all be raised again. Now, what is Bimmy saying? Imagine us being at peace with each other on the day that we are all raised again under God in the paradise.
No, we all going.
I want to double down on that.
Yeah.
You know, people talk about, you know, life and death and all that. The only thing that we really know about death is that they say your life flashes before your eyes. Now, that reminds me of like a movie trailer. And when I talk to kids in jail, I tell them this. And I'm like, what if you had to watch your whole life over in real time after you died? How mad would you be that you ain't have a remote to fast forward a lot of this shit? You know what I'm saying? Now, knowing this, how would you live the rest of your life? Knowing that you would have to sit down and watch it. What decisions would you make?
Absolutely.
Think about that every day. Make your life a movie, a good movie that everybody's gonna wanna watch.
Yo, that's crazy you
That's
said
the
that.
key to
I was
happiness.
talking about that 2 weeks ago, and I said to somebody, I said that God show you your life. He sit you down, and he show you everything you've done. And that's what the decision coming at where you gonna go. And it's funny you said that, because 2 weeks ago I just said that to somebody. And I said, be careful, because you want to be able to look at that screen like, oh shit, I did that?
Yeah.
No, nigga, yeah, you did that. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important what we do in life. Like, I'm not, certain things in life I'm ashamed of.
Likewise.
You know what I mean? I'm ashamed of, because the men that taught me wasn't the right way.
Absolutely.
Wasn't the right way. And I can't fault them, because what they was up against, what they was taught.
wrong. They were taught wrong.
You know what I'm saying? What they was taught. So when you go down to that, to generations under us, they don't understand that. You feel me? So they got judgment on us, but not understanding the force that we was up against. That y'all niggas is making millions. We wasn't making millions. Only on a legal way, yes, but it was of course of our lives.
Right.
It's not costing y'all lives to make millions. You can go on YouTube and make millions of dollars and don't fucking ever touch the street in your life. Never had a fist fight, nothing. Never shot nobody, nothing. You can go on this motherfucker and put a camera on and live forever and don't worry about shit. But talk about our lives, the faults that we have, no understanding our struggles. You feel me? So I watch dudes like, when that nigga got his ass kicked and jumped, nigga, you know where he grew up at? Nigga, I think everybody got their ass kicked and jumped and fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because where I grew up at, nigga, this nigga beat my ass in White Castles. I'll never forget this fight, ever in my life. I'm gonna carry it to my grave. We was in this car, and usually when I hang with niggas that I usually don't hang with, shit don't go right for me.
Yeah.
Always.
Right.
These white boys threw rocks at my man's car. We stopped the car, we got out the car, all of us. Niggas looking around, who threw the rocks? White boy across the street. I said, yo, them white boys right over there. Nigga looked at me. I said, yo, let's go get them. Nigga looked at me and said, you ain't gonna do nothing, nigga, you pussy. To me, I'm like, all right, let's see who gonna do what. Let's go over there. Why I'm not going over there? Right? Why not going to White Castles on Union Turnpike? There's White Castles over there in Union Turnpike.
Yeah, everybody wants to work.
So we go over there, park, get in it. So that subject came back up. Nigga, you wasn't gonna do nothing, right? You a bitch. Said it to me. Real talk. I said, you see a bitch slap a bitch. That nigga said, bah! That nigga caught me. Yo, dog, that blow right there, nigga, I ain't recovered from it. Out under the table, this nigga was scraping me. Bow, 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 fucking me up. And I'm like, in my head, like, who's gonna break this fight up? None of these niggas broke this fight up. I'm like,
Because you was with a bunch of niggas you don't normally hang with.
And they watch this nigga scrape me up and down and fucking underneath the table. I'm like, yo, your niggas gonna help or at least stop this nigga from beating my motherfucking ass. Y'all never forget that, dog. That's why I said I would never live that. A nigga whipping me out. That nigga, I ain't gonna front, dog. I live to die. That nigga, I couldn't do nothing with that nigga. Real talk. I couldn't get him off me, nothing. That nigga was strong. I don't know what kind of strength he had.
Nigga said I couldn't get a nigga off me.
Yeah, you know, like, bow, he fucking me up. I'm like, nigga, oh my God, this nigga kicking my ass. Huh? Nah, you wasn't there, nigga. Yo, that nigga whipped my ass, dog. In White Castles. I'll never ever forget that.
But you live in a different life these days.
No, the real shit is, what the fuck are these niggas on farmers? If I say it, they gonna know what I'm talking about. But me and Mark Jackson together. Niggas took my sneaker. Niggas tried to jump me. I ran. I ain't gonna front. I ran. Nigga rode on my sneaker and put on my mother's step. Threw him on my step. Nigga, we gonna kill you when we catch you. I ain't gonna outside for a whole summer. Yeah, my mom was like, yo, go to the store, give me a whole list. I'm like, I used to take hours to go to the store. I used to niggas down the block. I'm like, I ain't going that way, I'm going this way.
Word.
I used to go to another store. My mom was like, yo, nigga, what the fuck was all this? Mom, lines. Yo, dog, I think I was the team. I came on that block. I said, you working here, and I dare any of you niggas to touch him. One nigga tried to touch him, laid his ass right on that yellow line on the street. Nigga, I ain't a little boy. Nigga, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over. You know what I'm saying? Them days, you know, like when you younger, the older niggas always fuck with you. They always like, you know what I mean? Like shorty and, you know, shorty, little nigga. You know what I mean?
After a while, you get tired.
That ain't my name. My name not Shorty.
Yeah. You know how it goes in Queens. Them niggas,
my name not Shorty.
Yeah, niggas will dog you out. If you allow it, but nigga, as you get older, you better step up.
The day comes.
You know, and that's why I always respected younger guys, because one day he's gonna be a man.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a man, and when he turns into that man, you just better pray that he ain't up against you.
What kind of man is he gonna be?
Whatever kind of man.
That's the question.
No, he can be any type of man, but he better not be that man against you, because the man remember what you did to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully he'll also remember what you did for him.
Usually a man don't remember what you did for him. They don't remember the bad.
That's why I said hopefully.
You feel me? They don't remember the bad. Nobody remember the good. You can do good for a motherfucker all year long. You do one bad
wrong thing. That's what he remembers.
Remember that bad.
Yeah, you're right.
But,
That's a fact.
but true power is knowing that you won before you even do anything.
Play the game.
You know what I mean?
But me personally, like, what my power is, like, you know, I was a Christian. Every guy I was with was a 5%er. They believed they was God. Everyone believed they was God. Supreme, Just, Prince, Garby, Wise, Green Eye Born. All these guys, they God. They God body. They believe it was God. I always believe.
Being a higher power.
Believe. I'm not God. This is way up there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the only one here to tell his story. I'm the only one here to tell his story. You know what I'm saying? And ain't no knock on none of them. I love them. Ain't no knock on none of them. You know what I mean? But I see guys jump on a bandwagon of Supreme. You know what I'm saying? But none of y'all was on a bandwagon when he's going through what he's going through. None of y'all. You feel me? None of them was there. You know what I'm saying? Now he tucked away in jail. Everybody want to be like, oh, my man. Yo, this is... Right. Is he really your man? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe in shit like that, bro. I believe in prevention.
Fact.
I believe in, let me help you out for real. You know what I mean? These guys is fair weather, man. I don't, like my guy right there, man, like, he seen me in my lowest point. You know what I'm saying? And he also seen me in my high point. You know what I mean? I'm talking about for real. He watched me. He watched me like rebirth myself. You know what I'm saying? And that gratitude will always stay with me through my whole life. My whole life. I mean, like, we went to visit him in prison, and me and Rod Diggs. And
shout out to Rod Diggs.
Shout out to Rod Diggs. Salute. And the way Rod talked about him, I knew he was something special. You feel me? So when he came home, I knew I had to pick him up. I knew I had to be there. Because Rod lived with me. Me and Rod was like Vegas, wherever you want to go, me and Rod together. And when he called me that night. I'll never forget. Matter of fact, he didn't call me. He came to my house because he had the key to my house in Edgewater. He came to my house. I'm on the toilet. I'm taking a gangster, right? And he said, yo. To the police just ran up on my girl, asked him about me, where I'm at, right? The feds asked him, about Ra.
Right.
And I'll never forget this. And I said, so what you gonna do? Walker is performing in the city at BB King's. And he said, I'm gonna hold Walker down. That's the type of nigga he is. He said, I'm gonna hold Walker down. I said, Ra, you just told me the feds wanted your girl asked you about you. Like, why would you go there?
Right.
I said, stay in the house, my nigga. He goes and get caught. They waited for him. They know he's running with Walker. They waited for him there.
Right.
And they picked him up right there. You know what I'm saying? And it's guys like him that the industry take advantage of. You feel me? There's so many Rod Diggs in this game that these guys take advantage of because they never played the streets.
Right.
They're not strong or powerful, so they're gonna use these guys and dispose them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I live with this man every day, like in my heart, like how they took him away. You know what I mean? Like, we in Vegas and my son, he was young, and we was in there, and he was smoking weed. And the police came, because Vegas got cameras everywhere. You can't do nothing in Vegas.
Yeah, fast.
This little nigga don't know, you can't smoke no weed in there. Man, Rob come out of nowhere. You ain't taking him. Yo, like, jump on the front line, like, for anything. Like, even magazine parties, like, he can ready to do something with somebody, and I'm looking at him like, no. Chill out, no. He done made the calls already. Niggas is outside waiting to get the nigga, but I know the nigga. I'm like, nah, Rob, we ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? So, average nigga would have been like,
Go ahead. Catch wreck.
Get wrecked, yeah.
So make me look good.
Yeah.
You go to jail. I'll put something on your books. You gonna be all right, man. I'm gonna give me another nigga because I can afford
Only
it.
an enabler, someone that wouldn't
Yeah.
care about him. Somebody that care about you ain't gonna let you.
Ain't gonna let
Ain't
you do
gonna
that,
let you- ain't gonna
yeah.
let you do that.
But he said that they take advantage of him. They don't care about him.
We keep hearing every day, and I've never said nothing about this, but it sounds so disgusting with me, these stories of Def Jam. I think it sounds just, every time y'all talk about Def Jam, I'm disgusted inside. How y'all tell me kids were literally able to come there, and this was a get high party. You know,
I was a kid. It wasn't a get high party. We had fun.
Hitmaker was
about people doing drugs in this room and
they
that
did
room.
smoke weed.
like
They
that,
did
man.
smoke weed in there, but I wouldn't say it was a get high party. I feel like
Smoking weed.
No, I feel like
You think
Jam-
about Hitmaker.
yeah, Def Jam was at that time I feel like it was more of a family. Like everybody came in there
Definitely.
every day.
Oh, he shagged it then, okay.
No. I'm not saying shagged it. We did smoke a lot of weed in there. It was a lot of women in there, but it was also a lot of work getting done, and it was a meeting place for a lot of niggas.
Number one label in the world.
Yeah, you got a college kid like me. I'm graduating and I'm from this hood, but Bimmy's in there, and I got somebody who I could identify with. Then you go upstairs and Hov is walking through. It was inspirational. Like it was the only place in the entire world at that time that every superstar that was affiliated was there almost every day.
One question. You have a son, right? You have a child, right?
I have a daughter, yes.
You have a daughter, and is it what you want your daughter to be in Def Jam at 16, 17 years old?
No, I wasn't 17.
Hold on.
I actually was 23.
Hold on, Bigga, because I used to walk around them halls and I get to rap to all the famous
Again, I'm
niggas.
only going by what I've heard in this room.
Yeah, but that was just
you're
one
not
act,
listening
but that
to what
was-
I'm saying. I'm saying I got to walk those halls and see people that I idolized and be able to interact with them. You know
So
what
that
I'm saying?
was a shag. That's what I'm saying.
That
But
was
I-
like-
No, we
what
were
was said
smoking
is
weed.
not a shag. It's
Okay,
like-
Your
okay.
shit.
Okay, go ahead.
What they describe as Def Jam is the same thing as high school.
The teachers are letting you do drugs in high school?
Maybe not.
Oh, no
Come
one
on,
smokes
man.
weed. Don't do
We're
that.
not going there,
Don't
man.
do that.
We're not going there.
Okay.
Yo,
I leave it alone.
Yeah, I'm telling you
yo,
something.
shout to Rock Diggs.
Yeah, no question. Shout out to
Shout
Rock
to Rock
Diggs.
Diggs, man.
Bigger, listen to this, right? I'm going to say that. DMX was coming in with his dogs. It was a home. Every artist, it wasn't like you go to Epic or you go to Sony.
It was
where
corporate.
It's corporate.
Oh, it's so whitewashed.
Us-
Mecca will tell you.
Us, it was
Money.
streets.
You wouldn't mind your daughter being there if your daughter was Jazz Young. There were
Got
other
you.
kinds of women in those hallways. And
They
it wasn't
didn't get
just the
that,
women
but
who
I
was-
mean,
Right.
we
But it
didn't
wasn't no
disrespect
women,
the
though.
women.
It was-
No. Let me
wasn't
just.
no
Ladies,
disrespect.
no,
then.
I'm putting this out
We
there.
just
I'm putting this
rapping,
out
we
there
just
for
having
him.
fun,
Like
man.
Jazz Young
Come
was
on,
also
man.
a woman who was in those Def Jam days, highly.
Respect. L'Oreal
Yeah, but
Coppage was
highly
there.
L'Oreal was it?
L'Oreal was
and
there.
the only reason why I'm naming Jazz because we already brought up, but there were tons.
Tons of women
Yeah,
that
but
was
And his
there.
daughter turned into Jazz Young.
Nicole, you name it.
They
Your daughter
treated
turned into
if
Jazz
you
Young.
had a 16-year-old intern, they was not bringing them in there to smoke.
Every woman had respect for it. Every woman.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
never like that.
Right.
When you talking about chicks outside the office, yeah, it's wild.
Yeah,
of
it's
course.
wild.
Yeah.
But the people that work in that office,
Nah.
They were coming to
Business.
work.
Shout out to Jazz Young.
They were selling 4 million, 8 million records,
Yeah.
so niggas was
Yeah.
in there.
Work.
But people back then, it was fun. You woke up and was like, yo, now,
wait to get there.
now they don't go to label. You woke up and you was like, yo, pick me up. We going to label, and when you pull up, I can't even explain it because Hov could pull on the sidewalk, X is walking across
Yeah,
the
you see
street,
it.
and then you coming in here and everybody's like, you got beats? You got somebody that rhymes just like, oh my God, this is the music
And
business.
they're creating.
And
Beautiful
they was
thing.
great, and they had studios in there and everything.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Some of
man.
the
Yo.
best music came out of them that era.
I want to say thank you. These stories that you tell mean so much to people who not only identify, but idolize the growth. Not just where you were, but where you are now. And they need to see that. A lot of the people that watch this show, they need to see that in me so that they can have it in themselves. So to see people that did it on such a high level come through the show. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Now put your shoes back on so we can take these pictures.
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work, you heard. Making fiends leave earth, you heard. Got your baby mama thirst, you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf, you heard.